And I wouldn't have thrown my life away for nothing. Mr. Bobby. We don't see money. Find it. If you can't find it, you're all dead. System. Will you travel back in time? System. All your abilities will be reset. System. Please choose the date. February 28, 1985. Way. Ma'am, please take deep breaths. The water broke. Did something go wrong? I knew it was going to be painful, but this is just a bit more. You can do it, ma'am. I'm gonna die. At this rate, my head's going to explode. Ah. My mother. System. You obtained the overcoming adversity. Achievement. You obtained the man who overcomes adversity. Trait. What man who overcomes adversity. System. Man who overcomes adversity. Trait. The moment you become unable to fight, all your skills and stats will go up a rank. You will shut out all pain during the skill duration. The trait that made the first evil into the strongest. It's a terrifying trait that can turn the tables even when you lose consciousness. System. Starting to become healthy 1. Quest. System. Become healthy 1. In progress. 15.300. The quests that started as soon as I was born. System. You completed Become Healthy 1. Your vitality has increased by 1. Your perception has increased by 1. You have obtained 3 points. Total points. 3. System. Starting to Become Healthy 2. Quest. Such generous rewards. 700,000. So man who overcomes adversity wasn't the only reason why the first evil was so strong. 8 evils and 8 virtues. The 16 S-class awakeners that were called the strongest. The 8 that were loyal to the system were called the virtues. And the 8 that rejected the system were called the evils. Despite being called evils and virtues, they were not much different in that they were only motivated by their own self-interests. We stood up against them for monopolizing items and dungeons with their dominant power, but we were no more than mosquitoes annoying an elephant. The strongest among them was the first evil. While other awakeners were confused about their powers. He was already in a perfect state. Never would he have thought that another awakener like him would be created thanks to his casual chatter about his memories as a fetus. You. Sta. Tus. Sta. Tus. In. Dao. Status. Na Sanhu Trait 1. Vitality, Strength, Dexterity, Perception. Total points. I did it. I'm sure there'll be a reward for calling the status window at such a young age. System. Congratulations. You have become the first awakener. First awakener. This is better than I expected. System. You obtained the Challenger box for being the first awakener. Challenger box. The highest ranked box that gave me the chance to travel back in time. To think I'd get to open it again. System. You obtained the Odin's Wrath. Skill. Odin's Wrath. The main skill of the 6th virtue. Bang. I still can't forget the day when half my guild members perished at the mere flick of his hand. I just took possession of a powerful skill with a deity rank title. I can finally face off against them. I need to prepare everything I can before the day of beginnings comes. Oh. What's wrong, sweetie? Yua. Did he wake up? Wah wah. It's okay, Sweetian. Is it because my body can't handle the weight of my mind? 00 I can't hold myself back from crying. My dear son. My only wish is that you'll grow up healthy, free of sickness. 31. The reason I turned back time. I'm going to protect everyone. I refuse to lose a single person. No matter what. Sun Hu Hyung, you were right. Those guys were all bark, no bite. What did I tell you? I'm not dead yet? That's right. You really do know these things. I'll call you out for drinks in a, what is that? What? Reperscans. Citizens, this is not a drill. Unidentified beasts are attacking people. Those currently outside, please quickly evacuate to a building. System. Entering testing site. System. P-Yua. What is this? Honey. Oh mom. Day of beginnings monsters poured out from the spaces of ripped dimensions. Selected awakeners were pulled into the testing site. Some people spent months there, while others spent decades. The returned awakeners didn't even get a chance to catch breaths. They're before being pitted against monsters in a gruesome battle. Reaper swans. After being pushed to the edge, humanity even used their strongest weapon, a nuke. The 23rd Los Angeles Olympics. Due to the USSR and the Eastern European bloc not attending. So it's the Cold War. Bunch of idiots. Off, 91. www. 8. 9. 10. Alright. I completed walking 10 steps in a row. System. You have completed the chain quest line. Become healthy. System. Your vitality has increased by 1. You have obtained 20 points. System. Congratulations. You have succeeded in completing the growth condition independently. System. You have obtained the completion reward bronze box. This is insane. The bronze box that I could only get after suffering so much inside dungeons. The rewards you get during the growth period really are out of this world. 00 This makes it more certain. First evil. I'll definitely eliminate that guy before the day of beginnings arrives. If that soon-to-be-born guy grows at this rate. Eperscans. He'll become another disaster for the human race. System. Human life 5. Select a target and converse with them for 10 or more sentences. It's a really easy quest, but who can I talk to? If a child who was only a few months old were to start speaking just like that, it'd be something straight out of a horror movie. August 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Ah. Right. 29 Chuziak. It's Chuziak. Soon. Sunhoon. Hi, Sunhu. Hi, Nuna. SH. I can only talk to you, Nuna. B. Oh my, Jia and Sunhu are so close now. My. Jia's all grown up. Keep it a secret from the adults, okay? Sure. System. You have completed the chain quest line Human Life System. Congratulations. You have completed all the available quests in the tutorial for the first time. Ha. 000 This was all just the tutorial. System. You have obtained the option to skip the remaining tutorials. System. There are no scheduled quests after that. System. Will you skip the tutorial Infancy and Childhood? Although I want to spend more time with my parents, there's a real chance that I would surprise or scare people. Skip the tutorial. The real deal will come later. I will need to prepare. For the day of beginnings. What? Ugh. Damn it. Let go. You. Your. Son. Aya. Note. Text in blue is spoken in English in the original. Sir. We have arrived at your destination. 00, America. JFK International Airport. Don't overreact, Jonathan. That dream was way too childish. To start, there's some land in Korea we have to buy. You want to buy land? Are you going to dip your hands into real estate as well? Jonathan, real estate is just the start. From now on, we will venture into any type of market, if it's something that can earn us money. I'm going insane. Is he saying that 50 billion is just seed money to him? Son, you and me. Nothing will happen to us, right? You should eat first, Jonathan. You seem to be very tense right now. First, use my shares as collateral to split up the company. If you also wish to join in, you can insert however much you want. By splitting up. How many companies do you have in mind? The more complicated the structure, the better. This is so that no one can trace it back to the original owner. It has to be to the point that the people working for the company don't even know what they are actually dealing with. So, you are suggesting that we establish hundreds of paper and ghost companies. This is blatantly a scene for conspiring to commit crimes. Working alone all this time, it must have been difficult for you. When we approach Hong Kong, you should prepare a team. Thank you for appreciating my work. I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom. Skills don't matter. We only care for loyalty and trust. You won't look at skill. I have a couple of ideas, if that's the case. After we get results from Hong Kong, we should purchase around 2 mid-sized investment companies. Places like Wolf Corporation. That you used to work at. Wow, you're even giving me work that I'll actually have fun doing. Please also gather the best experts. Someone like Jeffrey K., my gosh. The company hunter. You're telling me to put M.A's best star under me. It sounds like a dream. We will allow them to use our money, but we will not let them see the inner workings of our company. Once the company split off is completed, I wish to have one of them named Giano, and for it to enter this country. I will use it to purchase things here. Gianil. It's my father's name. It's still a secret, but I'll have a good time telling him one day. He may end up swooning. Jonathan. We should focus completely on work for now. We have no time to get drunk on money yet. Right, son. Let's keep going to our limits. Jonathan Investment. That will be the name of our company. You may take all of the fame, Jonathan. KN. You can think of this as repayment for using your name and taking just a tiny bit more of the shares. 6. Friends, how long will you be making those confused faces? You guys have finally made it to the major leagues. Come 16. Welcome. This is Jonathan Investment. They travel in armies of several hundred thousands, devouring everything in their path. Those things are constantly hungry. Hedge funds and their supporters are their equivalent these days. Draco Capital Brilliant Castle. They toured through Southeast Asia and ended up. The money they should have originally earned ended up in my possession instead. It looks like history has changed to become more vicious. They must have caught on. A single group had monopolized the bot's drop on July 1st, and swept up all the honey for themselves. Ah. President Kim. Were there any changes in the contract conditions? He said he would agree to the conditions. Since Chairman Choi is famous for becoming rich through owning a building in Gangnam, you can trust him. Seeing you work in a big business at such a young age is making me jealous. This way please. I had a condition for renting out an office space. A 2-year contract. For the price of paying off the whole down payment in cash, the exchange won't be done with my name written on it. All of this is obviously illegal, but it's a win-win for us since the money will all go into President Choi's slush funds. Now, this is the place. Z. The cleaning's already done. You'll just have to bring in your belongings. There was a simple reason for renting this office. 700. Oh my. Even the lighting is quite great, tight security, and this. An ADSL terminal. 900. I'm finally free from the old-fashioned modem. I'll pay you the rent right now. If you take away 2 boxes, the amount should be perfect. Ah, President. I understand. If there's anything you need related to the office, please do not hesitate to contact me again. Well now. Until Jonathan returns to Korea, shall I try decorating this place? This will be the first outpost. Jonathan had already started reporting the new progress. He left the separation to the startup companies. 8 groups are selected to proceed to the next level. Every time he makes an achievement, he changes companies that way. The groups that are talking about the last company separation won't know what they're dealing with. All he cares about is paper and work. There are almost 1,000 taxes counted. The commission is unexplainable. Jonathan investment right now, I'll have to do the fund distribution plan myself. What happened to Jeffrey K.J. He's positive. N. That's good to hear. There's one more thing to process. N. Prediction is the priority in acquisition. However, please stick with CEO Donald Finn until the end. Predict. This time is it? J. Is it not just a simple investment concept to catch Donald? That's right, it's not just a simple concept. The dot-com bubble burst, resulting in a massive market capitalization, but that is not the main reason. The database language they've created was already established as an industry standard in the 80s, that's including the dungeon, monster, skill, characteristic, box of probability, etc. Those are top secret data that was dealt with within the system. Among all, the most important data program was the one that was directly related to the main company Lee Sun's Guild, a database of Revolution. If I had a chance to look at the database that Revolution has built, the war against the 8 site could have been a little different. Of course, I know that my intervention will change history. 00 It's just like a change in the internal development team. Therefore, it's important to keep the range of fluctuation as small as possible. N. Our priority is prediction. You can give Donald the highest recognition for his salary and stock options in the industry. But he might still decide to leave and we wouldn't be able to do anything. J. I got it, son. I'll do as you say. The 8 site. Just wait and see, I'm going to take all your powers. EP11 Here's the next news. Ilshin Financial Group will hold a grand meeting on the 21st, to start a risky project with Gold Wish, a foreign investment company. They decided to set up a centralized investment, the resolution under the government's promised benefits. Gold Wish is just a ghost company T. Hattie created. I feel bad for the government for taking the bait and leading the negotiations. Foreign capital is being drained like a low tide, they probably desire to take over it. I'm leaving. Son. You should bring Jiango here sometime. I've heard of him a few times, but I've never seen him. Ah, he's your best friend, right? And are you going to keep boxing? If you're worried, I'll stop. This boy. That's not what I mean. It must be hard, but I'm proud of you for doing it consistently. You can do whatever you want, son. Did you rest well enough to go exercise? Yes, I still have lots of practice. Okay, take care. Make sure you call you if you're coming late. I better get my pocket money now. Who knows, I might be the richest teenagers. The public bank. I rented the first floor of this building and built the latest online network, #1 bank in Korea. This door must be for customers and regular employees only. They must be executives or high-level employees. ASM Kim, the thing that Deutsche gave you. Deutsche. Commercial Bank of Germany. Is this right? And no, I have confirmed it. What? The one who monopolized the market crash, and the one who did a massive company liquidation on July 2nd, all of them are in the same team. Are they gods or something? If they wiped it all, what about the pocket money? Arg. It's not a joke, they must have planned it so well. There is also no activity in the Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore and more. What's left is Hong Kong, right? Prepare all of the files we got this morning. This morning files. Didn't you hear that? Crazy bulldozers are aiming for Hong Kong. We're having a meeting once the preparations are done. We're going to catch up to those bastards. Catch up to us, he said. But how can they catch up to us? We're already split into a lot of ghost companies. Wow. Is this an office or gym? 163-68-88-88. It's just a random thought, but you seem really into sport. What do you think? Do I look cool? Jonathan was an A-class hunter, but he doesn't even know how to use that. Never mind. Oops. Wait a sec, what's this? Do you also know how to use this thing? Can I check the material I told you to prepare first? Right. Let's get to work. Here, the list of paper companies. Well, it's extremely complex. There are more than 1,000 ghost companies. Imagine if we lost this book, we wouldn't know where and how much money there is in it. By if we lose it, you mean? There wouldn't be a problem with messing with the flow of funds. True, but if anyone sees this list, we will be judged life in prison over in America. And we'll be imprisoned for 1,000 years. If the judges and lawyers are well organized, offshore tax evasion, vice versa, embezzlement. If I have to, I'll just use money to deal with everything. Everything I'm doing right now is to create that kind of money. All of them are crimes. The only difference is the scale they're on. Can I keep the original list? Sure. Won't you regret it? No, I feel these are going to work. It's like a dream. Alright. Y000, you must be exhausted, so please get some rest first. From now on, make sure to never use a corporate card and only to use cash. Just like a criminal. Like a real billionaire. Now that sounds like it. 10,000. Have a good rest and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh. Not this afternoon. We're on vacation, so. Okay. EUM. Ah, he likes monster drawings. 000 as expected, he's still a kid. DP Crump, one of the big four bank in the North America. I'm Emily from Jonathan Investment. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, this is a new kind of swap transaction. Swap transaction. A form of exchanging financial assets on a specific date or time period in the future. Well, I will review it as usual. But, I don't want to waste your time. Who would accept this kind of offer? Can you please take a closer look at the proposal? Jonathan Investment is Party B. Ma'am, I don't think it's up for me to decide. I'll get the person in charge. If we are to take them all, Hong Kong's interest would go up by 100, but Jonathan Investment's revenue would go downhill as a consequence. How much do you want for it? Million. That's right. It's funny, right? 12.6. Because I think it's funny as well. Solo it's crazy enough to raise interest rates by 50. But 100. Is. I mean, is it even possible to make any profit this way? Jonathan, you damn brat. You called us just to do this. Seems like a good deal. Let's sign the contract. I have reviewed the contract multiple times, but there seems to be no fraud. Million, huh? You can take that money. Thank you very much. Jonathan Investment is looking forward to having a good partnership with DP Crump. 000 Let's never meet again. Attack preparation is complete. I bet 5 billion, all in. Once debenture is over, it'll be our turn. EP12 2 months ago October. You're here. How much have you lost so far? You know it, I can't figure this out. With the different dates and sizes, betting on the global stock market without getting caught is quite difficult. The stock market, excluding Asia, has maintained a slight upward trend. Even if I have to, it'll be difficult to watch the damage that'll happen to the stock market. I didn't expect to bet everything on Sun's words. Interest rate was raised up to 300. Jonathan, Hong Kong they will collapse the stock market with their own hands. Ugh, I mean, would Hong Kong do such a crazy thing? Yeah, I checked it. This is the only way to get rid of traders. So, do you think they'll just give up like that? Yeah, I checked it. This is the only way to get rid of traders. Hong Kong and Japan are Asia's financial fortress. The place that I want to charm, Japan, but if I mess around with Japan, the US authorities won't stand still. So what's left is Korea. That's right, our country, Korea. That's why traders hit Southeast Asia and spread fear. They attacked Hong Kong, which had no chance to win against Korea and peaked in fear. Frightened Korean investors withdrew their investments, forcing the foreign banks to collect their money rather than giving out loans to companies. Hence, Korea collapsed naturally from the inside. Fear increases the likelihood of a country going bankrupt, ETH. That's when the traders pull out the investments that have been accumulating over a long time. But, this time, the situation is different. Deluxe. Son, don't tell me. Let's put some gas on it. Million. 1 billion. Console. Network. Heavy industry. Chemistry. All Hong Kong's corporate stock prices are decreasing across all sectors. Except for the bank. We still need to reassure them. Son. There's a bunch of people catching up to us. If we get caught, this round is doomed. It's too early to jump to the conclusion. But, Jonathan. You have to defend the New York company, now. And I got it. There are two possibilities. If only we were careful, we are either being followed by traders attacking Hong Kong. I'm going to start the trade right now. We can use the brilliant investment technique in the stock market as if it is ours. Good job. Let's see who's following us. Individual traders will halt at any minute, but it's different for trading firms. Now. Which side? Hedge funds are flowing in. Please. If the Hong Kong stock market collapses by our hands, history will be changed. It'll be impossible to predict the future flow. I can finally relax. Deluxe. Fuck. Hong Kong stock market almost collapsed. Let's organize everything according to the market end time. Just today's stock market is enough to make us sweat a river. Thank God, nothing big happened. Now we just have to wait for the Hong Kong authorities to decide. Son. Son. You're wrong, son. You're wrong. Making profit out of increasing Hong Kong's interest rates by 100. How on earth did they come up with that idea? So how much did they ask for? 500 million. Aya, congratulations. You've wasted $5 million for nothing. DP Crump General Manager Clive, you're doomed. I thought I was going to get fired because of the loss in Thailand, but now I might get motivated. Jonathan Investment, she said. Thank you, my friend. Hong Kong. Oh, the news about Hong Kong is coming out. Let's see how it's going. Are you saying that Hong Kong raised its interest rate up to 400? Hong Kong 1,400. Break, did we mishear the 4? No, Anna, no, what are you talking about? Do those numbers make any sense to you? How can this happen? Go check it out right now. If we are to take them all, Hong Kong's interest would go up by 100, but Jonathan Investments' revenue would go downhill as a consequence. If the interest rate goes up to 400, $500 million x 4. Where on earth did it go wrong? Soul son, you did it again. You crazy guy. Not just Hong Kong, but stock markets all over the world are all falling. Spot chart, everything's falling. Future chart. We are earning tons of money. The spread of the Asian financial crisis is like a domino effect. The second Black Monday. In Hong Kong, the US, and Japan, stock prices are nosediving. Followed by Europe also sinking. Once again, 700 jackpot. Jackpot. The best prize money you can win on a slot machine. This is the starting point. In this era, the sort of adversity in fortune was called fraudulent, but of the power of money that I hold will be greater than that. Wall Street Journal, a stock investor predicts the future. Financial Times, he's on the world billionaire list. God of investment for God of investment Jonathan Hunter. Billionaire list. Yeah, they can just write whatever they want. Actually, they're pretty close to guessing our real worth. They're a part of the IRS, aren't they? My identity remains unknown, right? Envy, if they know who you're, that'd be a disaster. F. They only know that 51 of Jonathan Investment's stake is owned by an unknown person named John Doe. And doesn't that mean everyone in Wall Street and Forbes knows it? I'll try my best to protect your identity. I've already hired experts. How close is the IRS to us? We monopolized the spoil in Thailand, we even won the bets with the world's biggest banks. I calculated the New York company to be valued at around 22 billion. So currently, John's wealth is 11.2 billion and mine is 10.7 billion. Each of us will be announced as 18th and 20th in the billionaire rankings. Apparently, the goddess of luck is on our side, huh? Ah, right, if you count the money you've drained off ghost companies, after the inflation. We're going to be in first and second place. EP 13. A week after the Hong Kong incident, the Korean government asked the IMF for a bailout. This was about 2 weeks earlier than the previous incident. The homeroom teacher was the only one to mention the IMF crisis. Finn, it's none of our business, everyone. Finn, does anyone know what the IMF is? It would be an old story for the youngsters. You look a lot like your colleague. Forbes, was he a foreign exchange in the management team of the People's Bank? Good chinvestment, Jonathan Hunter. He hasn't recognized me even though we have been running into each other for the past few months. Well, since everything is so hectic, it's understandable. There's no need to get involved anyways. There's someone waiting for me. This mannerless bastard. Miss Jamie. Are you the interviewer? I've been waiting for you. Ethan. Ethan P. Manager 4323, Berry Street Center, Colorado, 81125, telephone .719-754-0000. I want to ask you something first. Is it my appearance, or are you in a position to care about your competitor? If it's for a simple interview, I wouldn't have given you my business card. We've decided to hire you. Your past doesn't matter, Jamie. We focused on your history and appearance in Wilshire Land. We need a beautiful Asian woman that's also an expert in real estate to represent us. You will soon understand why your appearance is important. Wilshire Land had used Jamie as the chief investment officer in Asia. A strategist and a bullet catcher. A person that can change the negative views towards the company into positive views. But what's really important is, she was ready to do the illegal transaction for her own success. Her crime record is extremely repellent in the office. She was a CEO and a major shareholder, but after sitting on the sideline, stealing off her previous employers, she got imprisoned for a short while. I've been looking for someone like her since August. I haven't heard your company names. Gianil. Gianil Investment. Gianil, that's the name of your company, CEO Nim. For the first time in history, the regime change between the government and opposition parties took place. It's a monumental thing, yet the presidential candidate has a huge responsibility to bring our economy to life right now. Here is the news of the press conference held at the Blue House. The presidential candidate told Gianil Investment that she had attracted a large investment of up to $15 billion. The presidential candidate said, "Let's overcome the foreign exchange crisis together in the future." Void scans exit on. Congratulations. You have become the #1 person everyone wants to meet in this country's political and business world. Don't even talk. Don't even mention it. Here's the company card. Always keep cash in your linked account. It won't be able to get a separate report on where you used it. I said I'd embezzle her outright, but she doesn't blink an eye. I picked the right person. How you will hire your employees. They said it's okay to do whatever I want, right? They said they would also guarantee free management within the capital limits. The only part I'm involved in is the special orders. My former colleagues will be arriving this evening. I have also negotiated with real estate advisory companies in this country. And Sam Wu Accounting Corporation and Kim Park Law Firm will bring people. In this country, most of the problems are solved through those two places. Cho Dae-hwan as the accounting director and Park Chung-sik as the director of juridical affairs. They're known as the high-class people. In the business world. That's a good choice. Void scans, all I have to do is find an office now. Do you know? This great building is also on sale. Moreover, the market price is going to keep falling. Because more than half of the rent has been withdrawn. Not long ago, Jamie had a meeting at the Blue House to fulfill the special orders I gave her. Please open the real estate market as soon as possible. Void scans as a result. I saw all my old competitors in the hotel. The real estate market opened up more than half a year earlier than before. Fire sale. It refers to a case in which a house burns and sells leftover property at a bargain price. But the situation in Korea was a few steps worse than that. My specialty is real estate. But I can't get rid of the thought that it's too bad to just invest in real estate. This kind of opportunity won't come again. Ethan, are your clients interested in real estate in this country? There's only one thing they see. The rate of return. It doesn't have to be limited to real estate, but you know what? It's also followed with responsibility. It's going to be a big return. In this country right now, if you have dollars, even a child can become a chairman. Then, they will understand that we can expand our field toward companies. A large stake in the nation's largest company will fall into the jaws of foreign eagles anyway. This country is a good country for business. I knew it, but the more I found out, the more I liked it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'll show you something that doesn't go against you. Void scans. I went over the special orders whenever I had time. It's the real estate that you told me to make sure to buy first. But the earnings rate from most of them was far from what you said. The real estate in Korea is. Jamie. I understand that you'd like to show what you want. But stop right there. I will rarely be involved in GNL investments. I also believe that you will live up to my customers' trust in performance. But you must only follow the special orders. Looks like I got too excited. I understand. If you want to expand your business with company investment, I recommend you take the people from the company loan team of the 3 major banks. The special order that I gave her was to purchase void scans. Money is good, but more importantly, those things are Korean dungeons. Playoff. It took a while to buy the hill and find the dungeon. Because it looked completely different when I first came. It's like a military installation. The power of government was powerful at that time. The hills and dungeons were also under government control, and martial law, which seemed unlikely to exist again, had been strengthened. Like me, those who came back alive from the examination room were called up as reservists. We were taken to a government research facility and thought we would become lab rats. However, when I faced the entrance of the dungeon, void scans, I realized that it was worse than an experimental rat. It was hard to come here. Hello, I'm Choi Choman. I'm from GNL Investment. GNL Kim Jung-go. Assistant Manager GNL Investment Gangnam-gu, Seoul, Metropolitan City 124 to 4102 4F Tel 0514. 33,032 Fax 0514. 33,032 I look forward to your kind cooperation. Where is the construction site? From the entrance of the hill we met, this area is all our site. What? The construction should start at the entrance and I want the reclamation work to remain as original as possible. Oh, my, it's been 20 minutes since we came into this place. Ugh, looks like we can't go by car anymore. Sir, do you happen to build a building too? I am not picky and so I do anything given. Then you can build a road too, right? Voyo scans. Can you do it? It's something that needs to start right away. It's winter, and as you can see, the scale is a bit big. Destroy a mountain, build a road, and even build a building. IMF or whatever, I can't find any work. So I must not miss this opportunity. Of course. I can do it. Please make the completion time as early as possible when you make an estimate. What we see is time, not the cost. I will get an estimate from other companies, but I want you to get this work done, sir. Why do you want me to do this work this much? Isn't it a difficult time for fathers? Void scans Thank you. Honey. Honey. Come back to your senses. Sianhu is here. Sianhu, our son. The last day of the year. Even in the past, my father came home drunk. The day he was sentenced to death by honorary retirement at a young age. But can I move to another company? I asked if I could move to another company. Sianhu, Dad is the one puha. I'm moving to a super popular company. Those guys were bad luck, but what can I do? I need to eat to live. My father got a job at a company with the same name as his. I didn't expect this. This sucks. Come inside. Alright, it was my father's influence that brought me into the world of finance. Take this, Sianhu. Think about what stocks to buy with that money and tell me when you've decided. Let's talk a lot about that then. A bank book containing $1,000,000 was a lot of money for a high school student. Not long after IMF ended, it was a time when even monkeys could make money. 1,000,000 1, 2 million, 3 million. Before I knew it, I had become a successful high school trader. I had such beginner's luck that I even asked my father for additional investments. I see, but this time, I won't just give it to you. I'm lending it to you. And not much time after it went downwards. As soon as the US.com bubble bursted. Half of it and another half of that disappeared. Son, the money that I lent to you before. You'll have to pay it back to me at least by next week. I was crying after losing my father's precious 2,000,000 and. You can borrow it from your mother and pay it back to me. 1,000. I really need that money right now. Father said that so coldly to me. How could I do that? If you don't, you'll have to give me your allowances whenever you get them. And I'm also taking your CD player, phone and computer. But that's still ridiculously short of the money I lent you, you know that, right? You'll have to talk to your mother about it, at the end of the day. Don't talk back to your mother just because you're all grown up now. If you're obedient she will lend you money, don't you think so? I mean, the reason I was fired, I wish you knew it. I hope you're as interested in the economy as you were in stocks. Your current situation is just a microcosm of the days when I was fired. After one's career path has been decided, their goal becomes clear. So, my father's first stock certificate became my talisman. EP 15. Eventually, President Choi got the construction site. It was nice to see him be so confident and patient. He made a great team. He was confident that he had good connections. There is no meeting hall in the village. I want us to put one up to comfort the villagers. A meeting hall. We don't have to go that far. I had a good talk with the village head. I heard that the villagers used to pick mushrooms and do beekeeping in the mountains. They did that without permission anyway, so they can't continue for a while. We're going to completely control access by wire mesh around the entire bottom of the mountain. You mean the entirety of this place? Yes. So nobody but the villagers, of course, can enter the mountain. Just in case someone comes across a dungeon. The company is foreign, therefore there are some parts it's not flexible at. So, Chairman Choi, please handle the public sentiment of the village. Agu, okay. When you have to do something big, you can't just force it. You need a method of greasing it properly. 0. Isn't there the Pyangdong construction case? In India, it's already an irritation in the Chief Civil Affairs Office. He's not my colleague, he's got no choice but to be diligent. I'm going to throw my hat into the ring at Gangnam-gu in the next general election. GNL Investment Judicial Affairs Director Park Chung-sik. Who? Even so, you're not taking a break. Why didn't you go through with this and come straight directly to me, Director Park? Do you think you can't live in debt with me? Haha. There's no way you don't know that we're in the same boat. 9 in law, right? You're right. Besides, aren't we really in the same boat now? Cheers to our GNL investment. But Kim Keelman is the chief, so it would be a waste to leave him as a card to throw away. However, the yellow hair brought by the late chick, the representative director, has been blocked, so can't we do everything our way? Even if we drag Kim Keelman in against his will, he's a high risk with a low return. Is that right? If we wait a little longer, we can give Keelman some results, and it's going to be something that suits those Westerners' taste. Aren't there 1 or 2 companies like Pyangdong Construct tie-in now? If it goes well, it could become something like that. Are there any good cases where that's happened before? Daewoo. I'm talking about the Daewoo Group. Did you know that they are completely rotten on the inside? And there's nothing we can't do. Even if the VIPs continue being like this, they can curse as much as they want. I'll give them that one exemption. Daho, I'll split that ball with the gentleman chief. I'll just stuff those Westerners' mouths with money. Wouldn't this be enough to break the chick's nose? Director. Let's not have a 2-year tenure, but let's have it guaranteed by the next term. January 1998. In the wake of high interest rates, many companies went bankrupt. It was the biggest bankruptcy since their foundation. The announcement of restructuring plans by large companies resulted in a flood of unemployment. IMF shock. Even Japan's fishing agreement, which took advantage of the serious financial crisis, was scrapped. First, it didn't change much. But the fine things did. For example, the DP Crump and German Bank didn't come in until the second quarter of this year. Foreign finance and domestic real estate companies, the GNL Investment, DP Crump, the German Bank, COA, and Bluestone. 74 or 000. Well, it's obvious why these are all the places where I lost the bets I made. They became desperate over how much they'd lost. They plan to come in the first quarter of the year and extract as much as they possibly can. Sold sale. That's because the entire country is on a bomb sale. I can predict this much, but I didn't expect to succeed. Arrest warrant on Daewoo Group's chairman, a wealthy man in the world of finance. Top 3 of Korea's biggest conglomerates. Daewoo. Daehyun. Ilsung. Daewoo was ranked number 2 in the financial world, which was higher than Ilsung. Daewoo. They were also more recognized in the financial world overseas as compared to Daehyun, the number 1. Daewoo Group's dissolution wasn't just because of the IMF. The implosion of all the problems that they had from all over will only occur 2 years later. But they want to mess with Daewoo that's functioning normally now. How? I told you previously, right? The first 2 directors that were hired after he became the CEO. Cho Dae-hwan and Park Chung-sik. Yes, that's right. Both of them are in politics now. They're placed in politics to work for him. Both of them are constantly meeting big-time politicians. At first, I wasn't sure what was happening, but I realized later that's how things work in this country. Thanks to that, we could put Daewoo Group on the list. Jamie. Corruption exists in any country. What North America did was to simply legalize lobbying and bring it out into the open, but it's the same fundamentally. Please don't be biased. But, it's true that this country is different. Because, the term conglomerate exists in this country. Please continue what you were saying. My clients will also see Daewoo being put on a list in a positive light. Of course, if we put in a little more efforts, it'd be possible to just take out the main subsidiary. Jamie needs a little more time to understand the financial and political world of Korea. The next authority would be the Democratic Cabinet. If we're the only ones that benefit after things have progressed this far, then we'll have problems with the authorities. Once the financial crisis has been resolved a bit, they'll probably launch a more thorough tax investigation. What the two Korean directors are after isn't assets or sales. What their true objective is to keep Daewoo as one of the three biggest conglomerates. Not just to be recognized as one, but for the whole infrastructure. Jamie. Can you handle Daewoo Group? You're not thinking of hiring management specialists from overseas after you succeed in taking over them, are you? Investigate the new group chairman, starting with the current board members. Start with the chairman's closest aides, excluding his family. Cho Dae-hwan and Park Chung-sik. That's what the Korean directors said as well. Do you permit the takeover then? Eining, don't get pushed, we're the client here. Jamie. Yes. You don't need to worry about the additional investment money or the business direction. Make sure you go aggressive on this. Do you understand? Whether it's land or the company itself, building, don't let any of them get taken from us. GNL Investment must monopolize Korea's crisis. W. Please look over here. W Investment God. First visit, Jonathan. Please look over here. Jonathan, from a long-term perspective, Korea's investment value remains unchanged. We're in the midst of the investment review. This is Economy Today. We're from MBS. Jonathan Invent. Press conference for visit to Korea. I'm from KCS. Reporter for MBS, you may ask your question. Mr. Jonathan, I want to strike it rich too. Where should I invest my money in? Haha, please give me one place to invest in. What kind of question is that? Act professionally. That's a good question. If you're only going to invest in one thing, invest in fear. Investment, says God. Jonathan, invest in fear. Jonathan Investment CEO Jonathan Hunter 25. Invest in fear. Stop it. XX, what an amazing welcome that was. 556-1001 XX, I barely got out of that place. Inity, I didn't think they'd treat me as a state guest. X. That's just how desperate this country is. But, things are still hopeful, isn't it? The financial assistance from the IMF is in and you're pumping in dollars. That's right. Korea is going to be able to overcome the IMF crisis quickly. Way faster than the known history. But, Sian, is that you're doing? Are you talking about Daewoo? It wasn't my plan, but it's something that we're working on. 6,666 NDE. GNL Investment. I just put the knife in their hands and they put it to work immediately. Are you going to take over the whole of Daewoo Group? Something like that. But, we'll do the restructuring and take care of subsidiaries right away. Isn't the sequence reversed? Why are you taking on such risks? Because the dollar won't always have the biggest power. This country will get out of the IMF crisis and quickly normalize. This is in preparation for when that happens. Sian, you seem to treasure your country a lot. In the end, money isn't the only reason you're taking over Daewoo. You'll find out what I'm after eventually. You don't need to be embarrassed for loving your country. Since you earned a ton already, you can do as you please. $1 billion. I want an additional 1 billion polars in addition to the original 1.5 billion that was to be moved in. We're going to move a total of $2.5 billion into this country, aligning it with the dates that we take over Daewoo. Think carefully. At this rate, you might really be sentenced to 100 million years of imprisonment. We mustn't put in any more trust into what we've already done. If the tax bureau wants to, it's a matter of time before they find it. If we move such a large amount of unidentified mon, we're not the ones in a rush, the Korean government is. So. $44 billion. I'm saying this is the chance to make those money totally clean. The Korean government will do that for us. How? That's their problem. We just need to show them the numbers. How did you even? Think of using a country to do the laundering. Daewoo Group went into debt workout. After the thorough tax investigation ended. Debtor country can repay external debt, including restructuring, adjustment, and the provision of new money. There was no grand CEO resignation event that was usually done. 1162 except the family of the chairman, the rest of the people kept their positions. So how's the takeover progressing, Jamie? We've got competitors. But, don't worry. They'll become wind screens. Wind screens. You learned a big word, huh? Hoo. I saw the word in the Blue House's office. In regards to the allocation of liabilities. FO, let's talk again later. Looks like we're almost done with Daewoo. 100. Get up. I won't interfere with what you guys do. So, don't bother me. Understood. Why, yes. Get going. Crazy shit, he's really good at English. I told you he came from a Russian mafia. 000000 you 00 guys like them who aren't even a single bit helpful to my training appear occasionally. I'll need to take care of school soon too. What excuse should I give? Manhwa. What I want to say is. It's not that the others hate you. They're just a little scared of you. Come to think of it, it's strange. Of course, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I think my homeroom teacher was definitely someone else during this time period. 00N I ignored it because it was just a small change, but I'm concerned about her recent attitude towards me. If you approach them first, you'll come to realize that school is a fun place. Promise me that you'll graduate from middle school. I need to look into this. I hired a few professionals to look into my homeroom teacher for the last few days. If you guys keep talking, I won't tell you your class allocations. Woo Yeon-hee. 24 years old. Born in Seoul. Eldest daughter of a normal family. Not interested in dressing up and doesn't have many social connections to the point that she doesn't have a friend that she contacts on a regular basis. Up until this point, she just seems like a normal person that's not sociable. But there were 2 points of interest. The first is that she already knew me beforehand. Based on the investigation results, she was too interested in specific people. 29. Although it's not to the level of perversion, you could say it's an eccentricity. The problem Na Manhwa 00 builds super is that I'm one of those people she's interested in. She knew me since I was in elementary school. Na Manhwa. After she passed the employment test, she seemed to have worked quite hard to become my homeroom teacher. Secondly, records of receiving psychiatric treatment. The prescription SSRI that she received was just a general type that treats things like depression and anxiety. TL.N, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor SSRI. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors are a class of drugs that are typically used as antidepressants in the treatment of major depressive disorder, anxiety disorders, and other psychological conditions. But, she has complained of the same symptoms. Symptoms sees things or illusions from words randomly. Most of the illusions are caused by concepts that happen in video games. Opinion of doctor in charge: patient's greatest delusion is thinking that she can feel the emotions of another person. Note because of this, she drifted away from her family. Don't get hurt during the school holidays. I want you guys to be healthy the next time we meet. But you're in charge of first years, though the medicine wouldn't be of help even if she keeps eating them. I've been assigned to the second years as well. Because her delusions and illusions are real. To think this is how I'd meet an awakened. See you next year. And she's a super rare mind healer. Wu Yonhee is a mind healer. They're able to influence another person's mind just with their abilities even if they're not talking. But after experiencing the trial, they're driven to a corner and also experience the fatigued minds of the awakened that survived. They simply couldn't withstand it. Great job. I knew Jonathan would come through. Did I tell you I'm from Texas? You know what kind of man Texas men are, right? I'm glad Jonathan was able to come through. HEA a few days ago. Loot Jonathan, are you intending to write a retirement plan? What's wrong? We need to look at stable plans instead of aggressive ones now. XXXX yes, investing into the Dow index. Isn't a bad idea. But it's not a super good idea either. And the portfolio that they've made is just $1 billion. You already know how much we have. You earned at least $3 billion, didn't you? I was wondering what plan you came up with since you said you want to split the shares and operate on your own. This is how much he thinks he earned, huh? He's totally off. We're talking about a total of $6.5 billion. Even if we stop right now and use it like crazy, this money will still keep growing. Try telling that to that family as well. RORO. No, I don't need to mention that name now. Ju Hei. Don't tell me you're Objective 15. The god of financiers. He found a country, a legendary person who changed the direction of the world war. The reason why I chose to regress into this period isn't just because of the stats. If that was all, then there's no need to go so far back into the past. I don't have any objectives. I'm just hungry for more. Hungry for more. That's a pretty cool saying. I'm sorry. Coach Hiddink. So, keep this away nicely and use it later for a client. Client. I've told you multiple times, but you need to be at the front. Don't you know why I can't do that? Be confident in yourself. Even if you didn't meet me, you'd have still been able to gain great success. As big as the current success. Jonathan. I'm sorry. It's because I'm stressed by several things. You know my situation, don't you? That's why I'm asking you to exercise. JL, haven't you heard of the saying a healthy body brings about a healthy mind? You know your belly is bigger than mine, right? Don't cower anymore, use this opportunity to show others what you're capable of. Once the company starts to expand, he'll realize it soon. That starved beast that's asleep within him. What can someone like me even show others? 4,144. It'll take a while though. You know Bluestone, that the core people of Bluestone are now in Korea, right? Bluestone. The biggest private placement investment company in the world. You're not suggesting that we take over the Bluestone Group, right? Didn't you say small-medium investors? Unfortunately, it's not them. If they took a hit from us in the Asia financial crisis, things would be different, but they're totally fine. However, there's an opening. VSA. Bluestone Capital Partners 3 Fund. BCP2. Without those members that came into Korea, Bluestone new fund product would be useless. Please start shaking things up starting from the bottom. You can do it. They ended up joining Jonathan. While the Bluestone Group itself is also attractive, what I want most is their subsidiary company, BlueRock. BlueRock 20 years from now, Kim Chung-soo, Jillian, Jessica will work together and make this asset management company grow exponentially. In their prime days, they'll manage funds that's more than $4 trillion. But But the Blue Rock is currently a nobody. And it'll continue to be a nobody. Because the owners of the shadow bank that influences the world's economy behind a veil will be occupied by someone else instead. My parents thought I was attending Bible school print, a weekday program of Christian education for children featuring religious study conducted by local Christian churches for 1 or more weeks during the summer vacation. But I was just making use of the short spring school holidays to go over to America and take care of affairs. To recruit Jillian and Jessica before they join Blue Rock. To search for the genius analyst, Kim Chung-soo, who's being suppressed and buried. And most importantly, 444. Private Investigation Specialist Zopi. I'm the investigator in charge, John Clark. Nice to meet you, I'm Eden. Mr. Eden, I heard you're the manager of a trust and you're looking for a beneficiary. Yes, that's right. If I want to look into missing persons, I'll need to prove that I'm related to that person by blood. Wanted anted. If I want to purse a wanted criminal, then I need to prove that I'm someone related to the case, but it's not hard to find a beneficiary of a trust fund. It'd be best to keep things within legal boundaries. The name is Bobby. Born in Brooklyn, around 12 to 15 years old. He's probably staying in New York. Any other additional information? I do have some information on how he looks. But unfortunately, I lost all other information. That information is quite limited. It'll take a lot of time and money with only this much information. Because what you're asking me to do is similar to asking me to search the entire North America. I know that as well. I don't care how much time and money it'll take. Because the money that will be given to the beneficiary will be more than enough to cover your cost. Please don't worry about the costs and use as much manpower as you need. I must find him at all costs. He'll become the leader of the 8 evils. The man that'll be called the first evil. New York, Jonathan Investment. Jillian. M.O.Chi. Are you going to personally get involved and recruit him? I'm going to entrust a part of offshore funds to him. About $1.5 billion. Even though he's from the Morgan Group, this is quite unexpected. I guess he's pretty impressive, huh? You'll soon be able to see for yourself that he's qualified to lead on the front lines. And this is a present. What's this? An autobiography. Wait, isn't this investment study materials? My goodness, the process that helps to analyze all of our investments so far. Do you have a doctorate or something? It's natural for Jonathan to be shocked. I've packaged some of the theories that aren't available in this world yet. I'm not the author. I also left the introduction empty. If a book is published in your name, then no one will be able to doubt your abilities. Wait a minute. But still, this is. Who? All right. I'll enjoy all the fame until you come out into the world. But, I want you to stop speaking so formally. Pardon. Age doesn't matter. We're no longer just partners. Let's be friends, you and I. There are no friends between the awakened. Jonathan also shared loots and points with me because we were colleagues. But this Jonathan is different from the one I knew. And it's okay for me to have one friend, isn't it? Okay, dude. Ich. Oh, teacher Woo Yeonhee is taking a break for personal reasons. Her mother came to school to lodge a complaint. How could you let someone who's got mental problems become a teacher? A building that's surrounded by multiple buildings is where the dungeon entrance is at. A perfect defense facility that's disguised as a mental hospital. CEO Choi did a great job. Drat drag at this rate, he could turn the company into Ilju Construction. That's if I can make it back alive. Oh. System. Would you like to open the dungeon? YES.NO. Even though it's just a F-rank dungeon, MBT2Y21000, to think I'm going in without a single stamp of escape. This is basically suicide. But, this is the only way to increase my stats. 29. Yes. Within the dungeon, electronics and firearms don't work. All I can rely on is the sword that I made in Namdiman. Meager painkillers and emergency rations. A lousy survival backpack that can't be compared to what I used to have. But I don't have a choice. System. You've entered a dungeon. Email from Cian. Let's see. What kind of lucrative plan did he come up with this time? Warehouse. What is this? A will. EP19. Key Geek. Uggy. Ugh. Damn it. System. You've killed a Declan scout. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 3.60. Ugh. Damn it, I almost died. Category number KF07, Declan soldier. Because it was pretty easy to deal with, we nicknamed it the Hound. Although I expected this, it's indeed tough to defeat one or two hounds with just F-rank stats. This dungeon is a labyrinth type. The place that the three scouts appeared was the path in front of the entrance room. Current location. Because the structure inside changes every time, there's no way to know what's in the different rooms. There are a total of 3 dungeon quests. The first is a boss quest. Smiling face, crying face. The second is a hunting quest. Eradicate the Declan. The third is a duel quest. Versus 1 battle. The way to get out of the dungeon is to either complete all 3 quests mission complete or using the stamp of escape. The reason I chose to raid this dungeon first is simple. I know how to kill the boss. And also because the stamp of escape is given as a reward in the hunting quest. This is pathetic. To think I'd need to risk my life for a hunting quest, which is basically an easy quest given by the system. Dungeon box. A lot of Awakened were deceived because it looks like a bronze box. I won't be able to make it back alive if I'm cursed right now. Let's not look at it. Who? I hope there's one monster beyond this door. Let there only be one. Please let there only be one. Damn it. I was trying not to use my skills if possible. System. Odin's Fury F effect. You can imbue lightning into your desired target. Lasts for 30 minutes cooldown time. 24 hours you've used Odin's Fury. Target. Weapon Namdiman Workshop's long sword. Bring tea on. Fucking months. System. You've killed Declan combat soldiers. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 3.60. System. You've killed Declan combat soldiers. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 12.60. Isystemy, you've killed Declan combat soldiers. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 16.60. System. You've killed Declan combat soldiers. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 18.60. System. You've killed Declan combat soldiers. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers killed 21.60. www. I won't be able to last with F rank strength. A 10-0. Cough cough cough. Void scans UG. How much time has passed? List of attributes. System. Man of adversity. As soon as you enter a state of inability to fight, your level of competence and skill rise by 1 grade. Minor injury recovery is achieved and pain is forgotten for a long time. Grade. F.0, duration. 5 minutes reuse time. 7 days, 6 days and 1 hour remaining. Did I wake up after 23 hours? I can't believe that I used Man of Adversity. In the first room. If I hadn't recovered with Man of Adversity, it would have definitely fallen off. It's a relief that my left arm is still attached. List of quests. System. Eradication of Declan. Declan soldiers 56.60 earned points. 112 total points. 204. So that's 2 points for each. A bronze box is 300 points. I can feel now how generous the tutorial awards were. Let's secure escape stamp. With the hunting quest first. If I kill just 4 of them, I can do something about it. In. Did they come because they smelled blood? Alright, come at me. Huh. Why are they hesitating? www, they're not like that though. 0. Void scans. www 2 heads. A great contest quest. This is cheating. Why is he here? This guy is at least an E grade. I can't handle him without Man of Adversity. Damn it, if I don't kill him, I'm screwed. Ugh. System. Would you like to open the dungeon bushy? Oh. Fiend. System. You have acquired escape stamp. System. You are using escape stamp. Huh. Void scans. Ihan. So the escape stamp was inside the dungeon box. That's why the 8 guys went crazy about the system. But this is just a taste of how terrible it is. It makes people struggle to give up hope until the end. Any call neighbor. I'm relieved, but it was ridiculous that I entered a dungeon by myself if I didn't have this. Missed calls from Jonathan. I'll call him later. Nin. Video CIP 2 ABC 3 Def 5 HK 6 MNO PRS 8 FUV 9 WXY. Hello. I guess you didn't go to the hospital, did you? Cian. PRS Video C.P 2 ABC 3 Def 5 JKL 6 MNO 8 FE 9 WXY. Cian. Hello, a CIP 3 Def 42 5K 6 MNO 7 PRS 89 WXY. Teacher Woo Yeon-hee. Void scans. Cian, what happened to you? Why are you so beat up? I'm fine. Please come on in. NN. Cian, this place. Aok. Please don't worry. The mental hospital is just a farce. It's just the two of us here. A farce. That's even weirder. Cian, I'm not crazy. It's difficult to explain, but I know. I called you here to explain your situation. If she had advanced skills, she would have already read my mind. So they are not that strong yet. Please decide. Are you going to go back and live like a crazy person, or are you going to follow me? Make your decision. Do you want to 60 back and be treated like a lunatic? Or do you want to follow me? What's with these monsters? Calm down, they're just a part of my memories. Woo Yeon-hee's abilities haven't developed yet. But, I was still able to share my memories from the past few days with her. Is it too much for her? So, what you're saying is, we're chosen to fight those monsters, right? And those monsters will soon attack us. The day it all starts. I've been preparing for that day. Below that passageway, tons of the monsters you just saw are there. Please take this. What is this? A contract. If you decide to raid dungeons with me, then I'll reward you according to the contract. Otherwise, please live a normal life like nothing happened until the day it all starts. Because not everyone will fight. Please go back. I'll wait here until tomorrow. Since this is a life or death decision, please think over it carefully. EP21 Status Window. Status. Woo Yeon-hee Trait 1. Skill 1. HP F.1. Strength F.1. Agility F.2. Mental F.12. Accumulated points. Illusions that I started seeing since I was in middle school. A blue window that only I can see. I told my mom about it and she dragged me to a prayer house. One day, out of nowhere, I began experiencing others' emotions. I tried to find how they're related to each other, but I failed horribly. Na Cian. I thought I might find some hints from him. But this is huge. Contract fee of 200 million won and annual salary of 1 billion won. 500 million won is given as incentive for every entry into a dungeon and performance bonus of 500 million won for making it back alive. The death bonus is 3 times the annual salary, 3 billion won. What's with this ridiculous amount of money? I'm not bewitched or something, right? Have you made up your mind? I understand. Oh. Welcome to this side of the world. Woo Yeon-hee, pre-incident awakened. How about driving a little slower? If you're doing this because you feel some kind of ridiculous obligation towards me. No. I'm thankful to you. Before you told me everything, all I would think about is how I should die. There's no reason for me to reject such a huge amount of money and accept the fact that I'm not crazy, right? Acting tough when her hands are trembling that badly. But, can you really give me such a large sum of money? You'll know when you're there. Why have you been speaking casually to me? Are you older than me? I guess you could say so. But age doesn't mean anything in the world we're going to live in. You'll realize that soon too. You said you're alright, what's with all the bandages? Just how badly hurt are you? You're a famous person, how can you just go anywhere you want? No one followed you, right? Is that important right now? You, seriously. I got out of it, so don't worry. Are you perhaps Jonathan Investments? Hunter Jonathan. Say hi. He's the person who will execute our contract. Forbes Choice, top 20 billionaires in the world. The god of investment, Hunter Jonathan. You don't have any more worries, right? Wow. 200 million. Whoa. Jonathan. Dude, son. Why are you giving this girl that much money? And, if the both of you go missing, you're sending her father 3 billion won. What's wrong with you? Sorry, I'll tell you everything when the time comes. So until then, hold it in. Let's eat. I ordered the menu you like. EP22. This place is so. I think the restaurant you liked is closed. That tasty restaurant. They must be in a really bad situation. It's not just a case in our country. The foreign funds that came to Asia, where did they all go? Jonathan, you asked me how great Jillian was, didn't you? I'm asking if you personally took action to recruit her. How am I supposed to say anything about a member of the Morgan Group? Let's compete with Russia. Whoever rises higher will make the profit. LAA, look at you, son. Are you trying to make fun of me? Of course, I'll get you a friend as good as Jillian. Brian. His Korean name is Kim Chung-soo. I know he doesn't look good right now, but take good care of him. So all I have to do is watch him from behind. I can finally get some rest after a long time. What are you saying? We need to raise the stakes. There'll be a big event selling Russian government bonds soon. Note. Government bonds. Debt instruments with a fixed maturity issued by the central government for financing or policy enforcement. We will set it on fire. With around $1 billion, maybe. 2. Russia is screwed. I know that it's going to go down, but we're burning $1 billion. It's harsh, but there's no time to delay. If you hesitate in a dungeon, we'll both die. After the onset of the adversary, due to excessive bleeding, Mary's touch was activated. The adversary makes you forget the pain, but it doesn't eliminate the wound itself. The wound disappeared with Mary's touch. And the adversary became even stronger. But Woo Yeonhee's pain is yuk. It's as if the adversary is activated in my body. With this small body, she'll see the threshold of death. Cook. Will she really be able to use Mary's touch in the dungeon without hesitation? Ah. Ha. For how long have I been laying here? For around 12 hours. I thought I was going to die, but it was easier than I thought. Did I exaggerate? You should be careful for the next few days. It seems that everything's better because of the painkillers. I'm going out and will come back, so make yourself at home. Just focus on recovering. Manina. Yes. Man in, because orders relating to the dungeon are absolute. John Il Investment. To what do we owe your visit? I came to see my father. Oh, you came, Sienhu. I'm glad you came. This is my son. Hello, sir. What a handsome son. I'm jealous. Which university do you go to? He may look mature, but he's still a middle school student. Ha. Ah. I see. Ho ho, I wouldn't have anything in the world to be jealous of, if I had such a reliable son. Alright, I'm giving this to you so you can become a great man like your father. Thank you. A boss receiving pocket money from employee.jpg. You must have been surprised that I called you all of a sudden, right? I wanted to show you the company once. I have something to talk to you about without your mother knowing. I was promoted positions twice this time. It's a secret because I'm going to surprise your mother this evening. I'll be here for work starting tomorrow. Foreign Exchange Bank. I mean the Foreign Exchange Bank. The company you work for is the Foreign Exchange Bank. I pushed hard. I don't know if I did well. Good job, Jamie. But you know that Dad's company is a foreign company, right? I mean, why did our country get to this point? It'd be great if you knew. I'd be happy if you showed much interest in the economy. It's today. The day my talisman returns. Take this, Cianhu. 2R. Think about what stocks to buy with that money. And tell me when you've decided. Let's talk a lot about it. I entered the financial world with this bank account. I survived the test of the Wall Street experience. This account is the beginning of the butterfly effect. This completes the preparations for entering the dungeon. Did you see that? I'm pretty good at shooting now, right? I don't know if she can pierce the skin with that. There's nothing to do about it, but she can't fight in close combat. We're entering the dungeon tomorrow. What else do I have to prepare? If there's anything I have to say, is that you prepare a suicide note. The reality is that there's a greater chance that she won't be able to return. Wu Yonhee was realizing how insignificant her imagination of the dungeon was. We only live to kill other living things. And there's no distinction between humans and monsters. System. Wu Yonhee tried using body treatment. The wound has slightly recovered. A. Win. This place alone, good job. You didn't lose your mind in the midst of all this. A fight for survival. System. You have fulfilled defeat Declan quest. Reward. Escape seal. I'll take care of it. You don't have objections, right? Even though she knows this could be a lifeline. Is her will stronger than I thought. As expected, having a healer makes fighting more efficient. If I were alone, the wounds I'd have to endure with painkillers, it'd have been more or less tolerable. I didn't expect there would come a day where I'd have the spiritual world as my partner. The only ones who escaped were two evil guys from the spirit world. An ability user who can use unthinkable attacks whenever and in whatever shape they like. I don't even want to know what that guy can do. Wu Yonhee has used phobia treatment. Huh. I see. That's how we'll do it. As expected, the spiritual world makes me sensitive. I'm fine. I was just thinking of the past for a while. Sorry. Should we wait a little longer for you to calm down? No, you're doing just as well as I taught you. Don't hesitate if you get even the smallest suspicion. We're going to the second room. 0. Wu Yonhee. Yes. Don't forget what I told you. The instructions I gave you, for when we meet a two-headed monster. No. Don't use heal, or Mary's touch. Cough. Cough, you mustn't provoke it with your clumsy crossbow. I have a last resort. Arg. You have one thing to do. Cough. Ugh. 1.0 Inlo. If anything comes towards you. If you want to live, you'll have to run. Sienhu, don't die. You mustn't die. I feel like my heart's about to explode. My stamina is awful. But I still can't use Mary's 2 chi. What do I do to survive? Where do I get stamina from? System. You have fulfilled the diary quest. Please decide upon the agreement of the first and runner-up player. Sienhu. Sienhu. D. Sienhu wins. Ho hot www. That's right. This way, you fucks. The person with the bloodlust you go crazy about is here. System. Quest IVI Combat. You've met the requirement. Please decide the first and second rank by mutual consent. MT2Y2. She's still alive, huh? 00 Man of Adversity Duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 10 seconds. Man of Adversity Duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 5 seconds. Man of Adversity Duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 3 seconds. Good job Wu Yonhee. Man of Adversity Duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 0 seconds. When I opened my eyes with a deadly pain. 09 Strangely, I thought about evil deeds. He must have experienced this chaos a lot. My old self envied him for his character, but I never anticipated such excruciating pain. I've used all my healing skills, but nothing's working. Yonka, you survived as well. Wu Yonhee. I thought I survived because of the trap I installed, but I was wrong. Kendo Het. When she pierced that eye with an arrow and tangled it up. I thought she couldn't be of any help. I was wrong. A beginner healer who didn't even get to Frank. I didn't expect her to survive in this desperate situation. In the last week. We swiped all the boxes in the dungeon. This goal of an entry quest is to attack everything. Mission complete to destroy all of the dungeon by defeating every boss. And for that, I'm going to take all of the boxes. I buffed up my skills and prepared for the boss fight. Of course, there are times when curses come out of dungeon boxes. The sharp teeth and claws of these monsters. They will tear me to pieces. And I have to run away. Wu Yonhee used phobia treatment. Phobia of sharpness disappeared. Whenever Wu Yonhee removes a curse, I can't help but think of the two evil people. Having a presence who's psychologically capable and can invade my mind at any time. Makes me uncomfortable to have her with. Pepe. This place is. Yes. The last room. Behind this door is the dungeon's boss. A dungeon which needs at least 5 E-class hunters to clear. I can't believe we're here alone. An F-class hunter, and one not even F-class. If it goes as planned, it isn't going to take long. We've survived until now. So don't die here. I'm ready. We are a go. Oh. A pack of Anubis without a double head. The one sitting at the back. When I first came to this place, there were some who laughed at the sight of these dogs. What the hell is up with this dungeon? This is no boss. Could it be a bonus? But then they realized. In proportion the number of people they killed. The Anubis became stronger. It was already too late. He had turned into a demon. You activated Odin's fury. Target. Yourself. You used a stamp of speed. You activated armor. The key to this strategy is ignoring the Anubis as much as possible. Get out of my way. Damn it, we're not even halfway there. As expected, it's not enough to block these monsters' teeth with just an F-rank iron arm. Skill. Iron arm. F-rank gives the ability to strengthen any one chosen body part firmly. I guess I've no other choice but to tear through them all. Wu Yonhee activated her healing. Skill. Sustained wound are healing. Wu Yonhee is using her healing skills while hiding her presence with a hidden item. Although it's a bad F-rank item, it can still erase her presence away from those monsters possessed by bloodlust. Holy shit, he's too reckless. It feels as if he's using his bare hands to fight a wall made of blades. Only one stamp of escape is secured for now. I must push forward before the man of adversity burst out. And that's the only way to escape together with Wu Yonhee. The man of adversity is activated. Your physical strength has improved. Rate. FE. Your muscular strength has improved. Rate. E-.0. Your agility has improved. Rate. E-0. Your sensibility has improved. Rate. F-E. The wounds are healing. The player's sensibility to pain has been lowered temporarily. The man of adversity. Remaining duration. 0 hours 5 minutes 00 seconds. With the points I gained from the dungeon, I raised my muscular strength and agility to E rank. Now, it's a battle of time. The man of adversity has raised my muscular strength and agility to D rank. There's nothing that can stop a mad F rank player. The man of adversity. Remaining duration. 0 hours 3 minutes 15 seconds. The man of adversity. Remaining oration. 0 hours 1 minute 12 seconds. The man of adversity. Remaining duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 42 seconds. The man of adversity. Remaining duration. 0 hours 0 minutes 23 seconds. Kyug. The man of adversity. Remaining oration. 0 hours 0 minutes 14 seconds. Wu Yonhee. The man of adversity. Remaining oration. 0 hours 0 minutes 4 seconds. Wu Yonhee activated the hands of Mary. www. Reek. Wu Yonhee. E. Open your eyes. Come on. Wake up. You have completed the requirements of crying face, smiling face. Please name your first and second priority. The P. Priority 2. It grazed an artery at the end. Alright. I'll be the first one. She's bleeding a lot. To save you. So hang in there for a little bit. EP 25. I don't remember how I killed the rest of the monsters. By the time I got out of the dungeon, I was in tatters again. Ugh. Who? Wu Yonhee was able to survive by obtaining the attribute Resurrection as the second priority reward. An amazing attribute that sustains minimal life in the case of a fatal wound. But, the pain cannot be reduced, so it takes time for the user to recover. WW. What I got was Devi's sword. It's the skill that the first Samaritan of this generation had. One skill, it's not just one skill. Devi's sword. Effect. It shoots a sharp energy. Grade F0. It's a fraudulent skill that even the worst fear. The fraud attribute and skill of the first Samaritan. Ha! I was mesmerized for a moment and everything came into my hands. And the results of the financial empire were also amazing. A major announcement has begun in Moscow right now. For ST moratorium. Extending the performance of monetary obligations for a certain period of time by invoking state power to a whole country or a specific region. It leads to a decline in international credit, causing serious economic turmoil. We just received the news that it turned out to be about the moratorium. Declaration. Brian. New York Jonathan and Kim Chong-soo. Jillian. British Isle of Men Jillian and Jessica. Accounts with a loss rate of -40. Soared again. It was a miracle, like return. Son. The calculations are out. A profit of 450. It's a total of $90 billion. Brian did it. What about Jillian's side? 450, that's cool. A vote that we won. It would have been great if you were here too. Things are going crazy over here. Brian. Congrats, Jonathan. But you lost. The Isle of Men's profit reached 615. New Medical Corporation. It was the New Medical Corporation, yes, full shares. This is what I'll give to Woo Yeonhee when she wakes up. The dungeon was destroyed. Racked for the transfer of shares shall be made as follows. Article 1. Now it can be used as a full hospital. These are the promised conserves. DG. Million for entering the dungeon, 500 million for survival, 1 billion as an annual income. That's a total of 2 billion. WO. Is all of that really mine? Woo Yeonhee has been doing sponsorship activities for a very low income. It must have been tough for a sensitive person like her, but he. Now that I have a medical corporation, I can freely help more people. Didn't you change your mind about going into dungeons? For this kind of decision, I guess I'll need a lot of money. So I'll be in your care in the future as well, leader. Wow. Long time no see, Eden. It really has been a long time. How was New York? Jessica. This is a new investment proposal from the directing department. That wrote the Russian investment proposal. Now it's up to you. Jillian. My boss thinks very highly of me. Eden, I need to take his opinion on this one. Take your time, no rushing here. But why don't you listen to my suggestion? Sell all the major stocks in the Nasdaq market in New York. Jess Ice is worried, but she'll soon come to accept it. $30 billion worth of investment, the unconventional treatment without responsibility for loss. I'm pretending to be modest, but been watching Jillian's performance from the side. Something interesting must have come up. And one other person, Jonathan, who's been watching Lee Chung-soo's activities, he's also doing his own part. I won't take up a lot of your time. We're developing a search technology, and to briefly explain the page rank. It's an exudation technique for evaluating the importance of a website, right? Depending on the user's credibility. I heard it's worth $1 million. $1 million. The thought of selling my technology for $1 million. With that much money, I can pursue a PhD or attain it slowly. But that tech wasn't sold. And the two, forced to run the company, are on a roll. This is the cheapest time. It's not easy to secure shares even after the IPO. An act of a company disclosing its management details to external investors in order to go through listing procedures, etc. But if I buy the entire technology right now, those two people will return to their PhD programs. Alright, like you said, $1 million. But I have a different idea. Jonathan is the only one who can solve this dilemma. A wall on Million Street, New York. See Jane Han. $1 million. Excuse me, I have a partner. Mind if I discuss it with them? I'm heading to Washington in an hour. So I'll give you 10 minutes. I'll be back right away. 10-11-121-293-865. Mr. Jonathan. Your kindness and your appreciation of our tech, we sincerely thank you for that, but... Did you have a change of heart? So mind if I hand you another check with the same amount? Jonathan, the god of investment, is interested this much in us. We will definitely make it big. No, not at all. We're already sure. Do you know how I created my fortune? I read the book on my way here. It was very impressive. Then you know. I bet my entire fortune twice. It wasn't luck or my gambling instinct. One seized an unprecedented opportunity and my calculations were accurate. And I saw my third chance today. How much do you think I'm willing to bet on this opportunity? We currently have over 500 billion liquid funds under management, in the US, Canada, and also Japan, and they keep lining up to take over the funds. Alright, let's go back to the beginning. Date when you desire something desperately, then never ever reveal your true intentions. Then Hunter Reed, New York City, 7JH Tower Nil Lion Jonathan, but I didn't do that. Didn't you consider changing your mind? What do you mean? At the beginning you were focused on selling your technology until you met me. Now how do you feel? Are you confident that you can create more value than I suggested? If you are, I won't stop you even if you decided to leave now. Cancel my meeting with the Treasury Secretary. Something more urgent came up. Something more urgent. 0123862. Jonathan, this. It's a threat. An absolute threat. Ethan Hunter Red Eye York City. New York 10007 Tow Million Date Jonathan Hunter New York, 10007 JH Tow Wall Street, New York City. Jan Million Jancient Jane Hart I'll do my best for your sake. So let me be clear. This is not the end of this. You will have no choice but to come back to me. Oh God. I can't believe it. Why would you go this far? Jonathan Hunter Wall Street, New York City, New York 10007 JH Tower Million Date Jonathan. I'll consider this situation as seriously as I can. 50.50. However, 50 of us should be guaranteed management rights. If you are really that passionate about us and our technology, pay to order of JT Morgan you should at least guarantee that. I'd like to apologize for before. They say fate follows my name. 10 to the 100th power. Google always lives up to its name. I'm so excited to tell my partner about this news. Yes, enjoy your celebration party. I'll call you again later. Void scans. Well done, Jonathan. You heard that, son. You've learned well. I was really going to turn down $20 million. I don't know if he thinks that $20 million is too much for a just starting company, but... Anyway, about the computer nerds. Are we going to continue like this? It's not good to bring in shares at too low a price. But it's a company that will grow increasingly to more than 60 billion in 10 years. Any call neighbor, I have found the cat. There it is. John Clark, a former mercenary, trickled into Wall Street, because there was the expectation of meeting a big hand. I'd rather die from a bullet on a battlefield. The expectation that one could make lots of money doing the same work. However, when one's sick of the private detective agency lifestyle. Void scans we couldn't solve his request within our company's rules. I'll propose a service that goes beyond the legal boundaries. The man smiled secretively. John Clark succeeded in getting what he wanted, a connection with a big hand. He was in a detention center. So he can't be found in the usual way. The name of the crime is first-degree murder. Crow, he was released for lack of evidence, but it must have been him. If the cat escapes, it must be shot on sight. Ambush around the building, except for the observer. Roger. First-degree murder. At the age of 13. The cat is in the main room. It's working on something. He was probably a psycho long before that. John with me, and I'm T-Boy. T-Boy, we're going in as 3. Please keep this in mind. Don't look down on him because he's young. If you consider the promised pay for success, you know what a dangerous guy he is. Pay for success $1 billion. Damn, $1 billion for a 13-year-old kid. I can't tell what those rich people are thinking. The cat is moving. Avoid scans. I hear water sounds, so I think it's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom at this time. Did he notice us? Void U scans SGUG. Come to your senses. Focus on shooting. A damage-absorbing seal. He's blocking the bullets. He must be AC grade. What the hell is this? Is he monster? 200. You used Devi's sword. Void scans. You used Odin's fury. Object. Weapon New York retailer survival knife. He used shackle metal. Recipient. Bobby. You failed to shackle him. Void scans. My punch went through. I broke his shield. Iman of adversity. I found you again, huh? Daily. Teleportation. Range of 20 meters, he's still nearby. One to the roof, one to the basement. I'll check the street. Hurry. Void scans. Damn, when did he? Man of adversity. Has been activated. Iraq. Even with our heightened senses, we couldn't find the bastard. And as man of adversity wore off, I lost consciousness. Even the battle-hardened soldiers could not hide their nervousness. It's only natural. Since what they saw yesterday was an entirely new world of violence. I should probably watch what I say from now on. Void scans. A poison-related skill. If it was enough to make me faint, then his intestines have probably melted. His name was Brown. What was this man's name? ZB. After this is all over, I'll make an insurance fund for the employees. But for now, please focus on catching this bastard. We'll discuss what comes next afterwards. How are we going to catch a vixen like him? Are we even capable of catching him? The longer we take, the stronger he becomes. If we let this moment slip by, then not even a large military force will be able to stand against him. So we must strike now, before that becomes the case. If not even a large military force can stand against him, then this is no laughing matter. Understood. We should find him, no matter what it takes. Iraq had done. The victim was a 28-year-old male that he met on an online messaging site. As the murder weapon could not be found, he was released due to a lack of evidence. Even the letter that he wrote last night in order to plead his innocence was sent to the prosecutor in charge of his case. Clever bastard. No wonder his rate of growth was so high. He was hunting for potential awakeners, I'm sure of it. Jonathan. How many of Gold Online shares do we have? The messenger used was a messenger called GOL, which was serviced by Gold Online. For the sake of carrying out an investigation of a crime related to GOL, and being its majority shareholder Ola, we gained access to the server logs. Room. Those with at least Frank strength are welcome. Room. Those with at least F rank strength and health are welcome. The bastard had made contact with potential awakeners by using these as names for his chat room. Please place surveillance on the people who are in this data. Void scans. Could they be the vixen? Probably so. Only observe them. There is a chance that our target may make contact with them. And take charge of at least one of the squads. We need to be more organized. Do you need any advice regarding the task? Negative, sir. However, the cost. xgr.reilob.ca. You do not need to worry about any costs. www.w. I have prepared this with the trust company. With that, the business in America had been concluded. Void scans 1998 World Asset Management Rankings late December Gross Earnings Unit. First place, huh? It's not much, but it certainly doesn't feel bad. A pension fund which has influence over politics in the USA. The assets of billionaires all over the world, all of this goes to the groups in New York. The shadow bank which controls the world's economy from behind the curtain. OT, such a title OT would not be so far off. How dare you talk back to me? Shut your mouth and bring me more. When we get to Korea, you're losing your damn job. Got it. Who do you think you have to thank for the money you make? Dumb bastards. DM my apologies, sir. What are you looking at? Keck, you seem to think that we're on a similar level just because you're in a first-class seat. That's hilarious. Listen carefully, brat. I'm the Great Hansel Group, S. Ta-guh. Voyo scans in order to save Wu Yonhee, who was in a critical state. I had become able to control the power of my skill Odin's Rage. This is supposed to be used as a substitute for a defibrillator, but I guess I can use it like this as well. Sienhu. Over here. Wu Yonhee decided to trade the 11 points she had gained from clearing the dungeon for 11 bronze boxes. She sure is stubborn. What do you think I'll get? I'm so excited. Igot health. Oh. She sure is excited over something like health Jew. I guess different people react uniquely when opening boxes. Let's keep this going. Oh, it's an item this time. Dagger of the Clown. What's this? Is it good? Voyo scans W8, could this be? Dagger of the Clown. Skill. Very low chance of inflicting a random negative effect on an enemy upon dealing damage to them. Rank. F. It's the same as the 3 one-of-a-kind weapons. Is it good? Yeah, it's a really good one. Was this perhaps strengthened? This thing actually came out of a bronze box. This was the secret curse that he applied in the spirit world. Random corruption effects. But if the strengthening fails, the item will be destroyed. The 3 one-of-a-kind ones are the only successfully strengthened items to S grade. He was a guy who never stopped digging whenever he was into something, but void scans, I didn't imagine that he'd go this far. EP 29. Agu. It's so difficult to meet you, Mr. President. Please don't say that. Why do you keep calling me so, Elder? Aren't we in a world where one can go from Seoul to Busan by just stepping on Jeonil's land? So if I don't call such an influential person of a group the president, what would I be doing? The smile disappeared. Will it make you feel better if I drink a glass as punishment, Director Park? As a CEO, the title sure doesn't fit you. My assets are all under your finger, Mr. Chairman, right? Hee, I guess my eyes can't lie. At today's executive meeting, nobody could stand in front of you, Director Park. Kids. So I have a favor to ask you today. Could you release the shares that went to the Jeonil Group? In exchange of 100 of my big ones. No, how does 1,000 sounds? Equity in the Hanchel Group that's in charge of the controlling shares in the Hanchel Group. The Daehoon Group made a proposal of 200 billion won recently. Void scans, if it's my assets, then why can't I do that? I apologize, but I have to go back to work now. Director Park. I'm talking big money here. You need money in your pockets to feel full. I've listened to you carefully. Rethink your offer, old man. Oh ho, Director Park. Director Park. Phew. Damn, it felt good. I can't believe I just refused to put 100 or 200 billion won in my pocket. Void scans, I'm so glad that I got in Jeonil. Yes, President. I'm on my way to the company. I'm sorry, the settlement meeting will be postponed to tomorrow morning. Would you like to go there yourself? Understood. I'll see you at the company tomorrow. But he asked me to come back a few hours ago though. I wonder what happened to the woman who refused the Blue House invitation because of the meeting. It's just a collection. The media in this country is heavily censored about Jeonil. So I called Jamie to hear it myself from her. How's the group's investment doing? Void scans. Ilsung, I have news that will surely make you happy. We have secured most of the leasing shares. In the top 10 business groups. Hansel. Rot leasing shares. Amid the nation's turmoil, conglomerates formed slush funds and reorganized their governance structures as well. Ilsung Dreamland, Ilsung Card Su, Ilsung Life, Ilsung Electronics, for example, the equity structure that leads from Ilsung Groups. Ilsung Dreamland. Ilsung Life. To Ilsung Electronics. And then cycles from Ilsung Card. To Ilsung Dreamland. Again. This way, the Ilsung Group controls the entirety of the Ilsung Group with shares in Ilsung Dreamland. Ilsung, the same goes for Daehoon Group's Daehoon Elevator, and Hanchel Group's Hanchel Confectionery. They play a key role in the management succession process. So we call them leasing shares. It'd be good to tell our investors. Jeonil, this country has become a Jeonil republic. In name and reality. We have entered the middle of summer. History has changed little by little, but natural disasters have hit the exact date without exceptions. On the day Typhoon Olga hit the Korean peninsula, the heat of the stock market didn't cool down despite the crazy heavy rain. It seemed to follow New York's dot-com boom. The current trend began with $10 billion invested in Jeonil from Russia after the financial war. Daehoon Security quickly released by Korea Funds. Products. Korea T Cyber Dri and the Cyber Korea 21. Policy was implemented afterwards. But on the day the Bank of Korea repaid their last debt to the IMF's early termination. I had to make a decision. Opk. I wanted to show them how I finish high school normally, because that would be unusual, but I can't put it off any longer. I'm going to talk to them so that they don't worry. Voyo scans. There are companies watching, so I have to calculate when the right moment to enter. The e-dictionary computer went up 147 times in a year. 38,420,400 brightness technology went up 150 times in 6 months. A 93-fold increase in 40 days of sole government. 32,150 tomorrow's communication went up 17 times in 25 days. The Kostak craze that will take place from now on will go down in the world history. I've got something to show you. MANHWA. Outlook access local folders. Hedge fund manager, has also been an analyst since he was a minor. Although we are cautious because you are a minor in a faraway country, we would like to work face to. We are very pleased to announce that you have been selected as an analyst for Jonathan Investment Finance Group. And we look forward to hearing from you. Congratulations, Mr. Na. Jonathan Investment Finance Group. It was last year when you made a stock account. That's right. Is that what you've been studying since? Can it be expressed in terms other than genius? The achievements made by a third-year middle school kid weren't at a level that parents could be pleased with. An extreme declaration to lay down your arms. I wonder what Dad is feeling. Why do you look like you're about to die? I'm sorry. What do you mean? What are you sorry for? How didn't I see that you're a special kid? Raise your head up, kid. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just upset that I won't be able to be with you during this important moment in your life, nothing else. But it'd be great if I could check up on you and how you're doing. You're busy, so I won't worry you anymore. You're all grown up. You don't have to look around anymore. Play with the big boys. Do everything you want to do. That's all I can tell you now. I'm sorry, son. I should have given you more support. But I never thought of that. I understand. It still was enough, Dad. Void scans. I'm grateful, thank you. It won't be easy for us to hide someone being chased by the commander. So, for your distribution of the rewards, just take the experience. How's that? It seems you think you found a weakness of mine, 000sh, but it won't end well if you treat me like a pushover. Just call me Lingling. You won't regret it if you follow me. Let's go meet the unit leader. And don't glare so much. Mr. Pervert. I'm Xiaoyang. Lingling. And Xiaoyang. These two are at the peak of platinum, but the rest of the attack force are gold and below. They're making a greed play for a quest related to the 7 Demon Kings with a trash lineup like this. I am Wu Gang. I'll be in your care. It's this guy, the despicable one, who I'm thankful to. If he hadn't leaked the information, these guys would have been annihilated, and the quest would have disappeared with them. The attack force seems completely unaware that they're proceeding with a dangerous quest. Those two are concealing that information and deceiving the attack force. The edge of the city outskirts. It's a quest area that only low-ranking awakeners hang around. Put your hood up. This is where the Deputy Association Officer that Li Tehan created manages the area's dungeon attack forces. Close it, close it. Get out now. Abandon the quest, you idiots. You can't even handle an F-rank quest. Your attack force is forbidden from entering for the time being. In the past, this situation could have gone south with the dungeon opening and monsters flooding out, but now, the dungeon gets sealed again when the quest is abandoned. After Doom Chaos's interference to sap, paired, the rules of the dungeon changed in surprising ways. Even without an insignia of escape. Even without having to clear the dungeon, people can come and go as they please. Xiaoyang attack unity, enter the dungeon. Considering how dangerous the dungeons are, this should have been the case all along. I'm getting mad just thinking about how extreme the conditions were in the past. Rank. E area. Concentrated barracks. Maruka tribe. It now gives us information about the dungeon even without the explorer trait. This is absurd. Explorer. Has activated. Mentorguasto Essel about Troid Wepo Explorer reward. Do Mentorguasto S life vessel about the destroyed weapon. Explorer reward. But it's still a required trait to obtain high-quality information. 2foot.otsod 3 HT Tuoba 093 Unlike what is known, Do Mentorguasto is not immortal. After a long war, the vessel containing its essence was destroyed. If that vessel, which was also a powerful weapon of Do Mentorguasto, can be reformed, it will be of great help in battling those powerful entities. Description. When Do Mentorguasto S life vessel is completed, obtain Do Mentorguasto's lost weapon. This is it. Like what Sixth Evil predicted, this is the quest to obtain an item of Do Mentorguasto, one of the 7 demon kings. Dodge it. Pop its poison. Clause 142. Damn it, we had information on these, but they're more discussed, ing than I expected. Out of the way. Unit Leader. N. Challenge Quest Endless Division. Has been created. Step back. Plastpa it's a challenge quest. Xiao Yang. It's over. He's completely surrounded. I give up the challenge quest. You have failed the quest Endless Division. Help me. TCH. Charge. Mr. Quan. What are you doing? The ranged attackers need to stay back. Their movements are different from ordinary monsters. Are you scared? After saying you're a platinum. Wake up and support me. Focus only on the monsters. Why yes. Ru. Maruka tribe. This isn't your first time, is it? Yeah. Be thankful that you got lucky. Why didn't you follow the order? I needed to protect the ranged unit. What were you thinking when I gave the charge order? If you want to order me around, start making proper orders first. Did you hear about the D-rank Maruka dungeon cleared in the central city last month? I have heard of it. I was there as well. Why you're going too far with your boasts. You were in Sir Calibert's unit. If my life hadn't ended up in this ruined state, you wouldn't have been able to even look at me. Let's stop talking about the past. It pisses me off the more I think about it. Fine. Could you lead us? It's a little suspicious. Why are you challenging a E-rank dungeon with a poor force like this? Are you so desperate to hand over the leader position to someone you've just met? Hee, it's rude to ask a lady so many questions. You'll help us, right? I'll reward you. If you really want to clear this dungeon, I'll help you. But I won't ask you to hand over the command. Just follow me quietly. And don't drag me down. Even after obtaining the black fragment, the unit leader didn't report it to the association. He didn't take the incident of revolution, the group considered the weakest, seriously when they took over the entire stage. Even if the stories about Odin, who was called the savior, were exaggerated in some sense, considering that Li Tehan, who instantly created the new system, and Human Caliba, who'd cleared all the D-rank dungeons in the area by himself, were working under him. The rules they created should never have been ignored. However, the unit leader arbitrarily decided to ignore the association's rules and went even further by putting his entire attack unit in danger. That's why I had no choice but to leak the information. That man called Quan Jikiol. He was definitely sent here by the association. Him being platinum is bullshit. He's probably hiding a level of strength I can't even imagine. He might even be strong enough to kill the entire attack unit and recover the black fragment. For himself. But if he falls for that Firefox Lingling, I'm as good as dead. The day before the boss fight. Honestly, I thought you were an idiot at first. Poke, as we did our final inventory prep on the dry ground that we'd barely managed to find, Lingling approached me. You know. I wondered what made you confident enough to share everything. It's the same no matter where I go. It's not something I can hide. No, you were confident you could take control of the situation no matter where you went. I've experienced a lot of people, but a man like you is a first. The reason the Ilsun commander's woman fell for you, I think I can understand it now. That's a roundabout way of saying you want to suck me for everything I have. I know you're hiding your level. Can I see your status window? I want to know everything about you. Just know that more than a few people lost their heads because they dared to try looking at my status window. Just get to the point. What do you want? You'll do your best during the boss fight, too, right? Was that all? Really? So it really wasn't a problem for you? You always say the right things. Saying we got lucky as well. You probably don't know this, but you also got pretty lucky. What do you mean? Shoo. There is a hidden quest. After the boss fight. If things go well, you might be able to aim for the unit leader position. Because it's a big quest related to the 7 demon kings. Pause. Step back if you have low defense. Viz. EAA. After the boss battle, it was time to split the rewards. The exhaustion of the dungeon disappeared without a trace and everyone's eyes burned with desire. We're fine with just the first clear and ranking rewards. 2, you guys can take the rest and split it among yourselves. Warehouse. What? Is this a test of loyalty or something? Why the hell are they doing it now? They've never done it before. Then, Mr. Quan. You can choose first. You let us. I'll step out as well. I only joined to get experience. What the hell is going on? What are they plotting? Well, we should be thankful. Ha 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 ha. Let's decide on how we'll split this. Quick-witted guy. He'll survive until the end if things go well. We'll begin. Begin the quest. YES.NOVS. What? Did something go wrong? Wayne, his body is cold. 000 Xiao Yang, wake up. Oh my. Is this what you like? You should have told men. Tip P. It's reviving. N. It's not dead. Ha. Ugh, it smells. YMS die. Die. Lost weapon of the 7 demon kings. DM has been completed. Lingling, stop. N, it's done. What, that's it. Xiao Yang doesn't even notice the energy gathering in his body. And Lingling probably hasn't even thought that the parasite could have taken his body as its host. We'll have a hard time from now, but don't feel bitter about it. I saved your life. Army. Xiao Yang attack unit has destroyed the dungeon. Maruka tribe, E rank. I was going to declare your group dead in action if you didn't come out today. And this is amazing. We returned after 2 weeks in there. Although we had 5 members die, clearing an E-rank dungeon wasn't common around here. However, even while receiving the other attack unit's admiration, the face of unit leader Xiao Yang remained dark. Unit leader. Why do you look like that? The next quest is a D-rank dungeon. Since we cleared an E-rank dungeon, more applicants will keep coming in, and we're also hoping for some support from the core. Do you not know? The only people who've cleared D-rank dungeons until now are Sir Caliba's attack unit. And if the quest already leads to a D-rank dungeon, we can't even fathom where this chain quest will take us. Do you think it's possible to finish this quest? Are you just going to run from it, then? Don't you want to return to the association? Mr. Quan. I am a man of my word. If we can complete this quest, I will have the power to help you return to the association. That is how much this quest is worth. You need to trust me. KEH. Saying and doing are two different things. You keep telling me to believe you, but do you think I'm stupid? I can just leave, and that'll be that. W8. I'll use everything I have to bolster our forces, and if it seems dangerous, we'll leave right away. The moment you think you're in danger, that's when you're going to die. You're leaving nothing. I beg you. We need your help. Not many people know about what happened in the Maruka dungeon. I didn't expect him to kneel in front of me. He's desperate. I'll think about it if you share all the information you have. He and Lingling were from the suburbs, 30080, and it seemed they'd been treated pretty badly by the new triad system. After joining the association through the Seven Demon Kings quest, he had been gnashing his teeth in anticipation of taking revenge against a few executives. But no matter the reason, I have no intention of overlooking that he ignored the association's power. This way. Mr. Lucci. When he declared that we would attempt to clear a D-rank dungeon, everyone except Wu Gang backed out. It's natural since they're all bums around gold rank. This guy we hired as a mercenary is nearly at diamond. He's an exceptional member of the Blue Dragon Corps that the unit leader is part of. You experienced one E-rank dungeon, and now you want to challenge a D-rank. I only want to experience it a little. There's a big difference between experiencing something and not. You're probably filled with overconfidence now. You can't even imagine the difference between E-rank and D-rank dungeons. We'll follow your orders on when to retreat as well. He used his entire fortune to hire this guy, but he'll also be trusting his judgment on when to retreat. This Lucci guy will escape as soon as something goes wrong. At this rate, the unit leader will have to give up on the quest. I need to smooth over this process a little. It should be about time. Ta. Mr. Lucci. The Corps Commander is looking for you. CCC, Caliburi has entered the city. What? Sir Caliba has. Since this was a city where low-level people had gathered. Most of them weren't treated well by whichever group they came from. After the association was formed and fairness was enforced, be serious. Be serious. Don't smile. The high-ranking members of the association were treated like heroes. I am the Corps Commander of the Blue Dragon Corps, Zhang Yisan. It is an honor to meet you, Sir Caliba. You've worked hard. I heard that you're challenging a D-rank dungeon this time. Everyone's working hard to live well. I liked that spirit of yours, so I decided to stop by. The association is also looking at your work, so good luck. I am shaking hands. With Sir Caliba Quan Sungil. Even so, this is madness. We don't even have a decent diamond rank among us, but we're challenging a D-rank dungeon. Sir Caliba has personally encouraged us. This may have reached Sir Odin's ears as well. Everyone here should know just how we've been treated until now. It would be pure madness to let go of an opportunity like this. We'll use all the power we have as the Blue Dragon Corps and draw the favor of the association. Unit Leader Xiao Yang. Yes. No matter what, you are the unit leader. The group was made in your name. We'll all be in your care. Please do not worry, Corps Commander. This is becoming a big deal. Try not to talk if possible, Mr. Quan. Step 2. Step all the elites of the Blue Dragon Corps were mobilized. Step St. Still, most of these people won't return. Xiaoyang Attack Unit, enter. Rank D. Area Baron Territory Maruka Tribe. Attack Unit entering the dungeon Maruka Tribe, D. Rank. Drop. Cheetah Cheetal D. This wasn't the memory of the Baron Orca. This was the memory of some count named Lucera. Although it was a memory that had shocked the entire MANHWA tribe, it was so old that it had begun to fade. This depraved species that couldn't even share experience and emotion, a single one of these humans, had one-sidedly slaughtered the Count and his subordinates. Seeing the look in the lowly creature's eyes, the Baron became sure of it. The other members of his tribe would soon also see the memories of his death. In the original world's testing site, I was in the same position as Xiaoyang in Act 2, Scene 2. As a member of a C-rank attack unit, I fought in multiple F-rank dungeons. Facing a D-rank dungeon didn't happen until much later, when I was active as a North American Guild member. Despite being a raid led by an A-rank awakener, it only left me with a terrible memory as the leader's death nearly led to our group being wiped out. The one who introduced himself as Orca reminded me of the boss monster from then. But in the end, I didn't even need to use man who overcomes adversity. Attack Unit Quest Master of the Deep Sea has been completed. All other members of the attack unit are out of commission. A diamond box will be given as the first clear reward. You have acquired the insignia of Cure Body. 25 people came here, and only 6 remained. Among them, I was the only one who was fine. The rest had lost consciousness and had their limbs cut off. 0. VUK. The chain quest began to start from the unit leader's body. While I stopped their attempt to possess the bodies of the surviving unit members, they entered the bodies of the Baron and the other monsters. You have cast Devi's sword. The chain quest didn't end there. Many more bugs crawled out before returning to the unit leader with much more energy. The energy began to circulate even more intensely, and through the unit leader, several different chain quests were advanced. You have used insignia of Cure Body. Woo. If you're awake, pick up the other survivors. Did you defeat them on your own? A D-rank dungeon, by himself. Even Quan Sungil, who is in the master rank, needed a team of elites. I don't know how I should tell you this. I knew that you came from the association. Did you level up a little? Yes. I'm now in Platinum. When you leave, look for Li Tehan. You won't have to return here. Report what happened here to Li Tehan, and just tell him that I sent you. Understood. L. Lord Odin. Whack. Mr. Quan. What happened? Did you defeat that monster by yourself? This is definitely a quest related to the 7 Demon Kings. The things that came out of our unit leader's body are the reason you survived. If that hadn't happened, everyone would have just died without being able to do anything. So the quest progressed on its own. I don't know what I'm going to tell the Corps and the Association. I can't say that I survived thanks to the 7 Demon Kings quest. Ugh. There is only one way. We need to complete the quest quickly and gain power. At that point, no one will doubt you. Tell me about the next quest. What does it lead to? This is done. This quest wasn't something I should have set my sights on in the first place. Too late for that. Don't try to sidestep the question. The next quest is an A rank dungeon. That D rank was hell itself, but an A rank. No one will be able to enter that place. There is one person. What are you saying? Not even Sir Caliba could. Kiki. Now, I want to ask you this. Just what were you thinking? Desiring what is mine. You ungrateful bastards. No one can enter the A-rank dungeon. We'll have to give up on the quest. There is one person. What are you saying? Not even Sir Caliba could. Kiki. Now, I want to ask you this. Just what were you thinking? Desiring what is mine. You ungrateful bastards. Archduke's key quest item. The key to the palace of the Maruka tribe's grand noble, the Archduke Amon, can be used inside a Maruka tribe dungeon. When the key is used, the dungeon will be changed to an A-rank dungeon. Obtained by Lu Xiaoyang. You can't trade the quest item for a quest you've already started. The only way you can survive is by finishing the quest. I'm. You'll only get in the way, so sit this one out. I'll enact your punishment when this is over. Mind your expression. You're the first person after Caliba to successfully clear a D-rank dungeon. Mr. Xiaoyang. Have you recovered already? What? That Xiaoyang. From the rumors. 0. Xiaoyang. Xiaoyang. An F-rank dungeon of the Maruka tribe. Are there any left? There are. When will you be entering? Now. 2N. Just 2 people will be going in. Nin. Xiaoyang attack unit. Rank. F area. Training grounds Maruka tribe. Entering the dungeon. Open it. I will. Shake 00 open it. Kook rumble. Rank. A. Area. Palace of Archduke Amon. Maruka tribe. Mbli Ko Kwa. Birch. So. It. 15, you. 0, was waltzing for you. I never expected the Archduke to come out and greet me. Since you know how to be polite, I'll give you a painless death. So stop looking at me with those eyes of yours. Oof, I'll come see you soon enough. Kook. God of battle summons Valkyries. Kwak Ko. We're moving. Get up. You know that Quan Sun Gil is in the master rank, right? Why yes. Each of those surrounding you right now is at that level. They will be protecting you, so stay focused and keep up with me. It isn't an exaggeration to say that the Maruka dungeons are like hell. The poison they secrete melts the flesh and also throws the mind into chaos, so it's not uncommon to see people laughing manically in their hallucinations even while half their head is melting away. Quest chairs to the Archduke. Has been created. Quest haven in the deep sea. Has been created. IND. The D rank wasn't much trouble, but even I'll have to stay focused here. Originally, the Maruka tribe and the Graf clan came from the same origins. There are still traces of that in the Archduke Amon, and the exoskeleton covering part of his body is only possessed by the progenitors of the tribe. The mark of a high-ranking noble. He isn't like the lower nobles who were constantly reassembled. He is an existence that has remained since the ancient days. That is who Archduke Amon is. Orca. Skr. Go greet him, do not fail me this time. To feel threatened by a mere member of the human species. He's undoubtedly aiming for the offering we've prepared for Lord Doom Insectum. That must be protected. Kill me. Please. Kill me. When the duration of the Valkyrie summoning ends, this guy just becomes a burden until the cooldown ends. It's to be expected since this is an A-rank dungeon. What's pissing me off even more is that the structure of the dungeon is constantly changing. How many times have I walked by this place now? There's a great power here interfering with my perception. As I thought, this isn't going to be easy. Els. You again. Bakudar Orca. Yeah. Orca. Was getting beaten once not enough for you? Strictly speaking, this isn't the one that died in the D-rank dungeon. It's a new body implanted with the dead Baron Orca's memories and emotions. This is something the Maruka tribe is capable of. RR Cheetah. Resent your father. Suffering is the only thing you will know in this new life you were given. Tap. Next time, know your place. Maybe then I'll let you go without any pain. This Amon guy is avoiding a direct confrontation. He's continuously changing the dungeon structure and reviving his underlings to try and drain us to death. Cheetah. Bulge. Rumble D. Tap tap. You didn't listen. 111 idiot. Saraskarar. Amon cannot stop the human. Nothing will change even if we all fight him together. All of Lord Doom Insectum's preparations to exceed Doom Enterglasto will be for naught. How is this happening? If the human cannot be dealt with, we must seal him away forever. He is receiving significant interest from Lord Doom Chaos. An offering of equal value will be required. We will offer the treasures of the Marlika tribe. And our souls. Rumble Great Doom Chaos, show thy mercy. Quest Rage of the Archduke has been completed. It's over. He really cleared an A-rank dungeon by himself, that's crazy. Quest Lost Weapon of the 7 Demon Kings has been completed. The completion reward will be given. This is the 7 Demon Kings. Mysterious Sphere. Item. It is on the cusp of completion. Item level. Item rank. So it's this. The Lost Weapon of Doom Enterguasto. Reach. Kook. Until completion. 0.01, until completion. 0.02. The completion rate only rises while it's being held. Until completion. 0.00, and if you let go, it goes back to 0. Seeing how it gets more painful over time, I'll need to endure a pain worse than death if I want to complete it. Ugh. After Xiao Yang, who had fallen unconscious after briefly holding it, finally woke up, he looked like he was face to face with his own death. It was because he understood I no longer had any use for him now that I'd achieved my goal. When you leave, go look for Lee Tae-han. Are you letting me live? Me. And avoid Kwon Sung-gil if possible. I've informed him already, but he's not someone who can control his anger. It was culpable that he'd broken the association's rule, but since he had experienced the terrifying nature of the A-rank dungeon, I decided it was better to let him live. Reaper Sons. Thank you, Odin. I will make sure everyone knows of your authority. I've already made examples out of enough people. You can't rule through fear alone. After Xiao Yang left, it became just a competition between it and me. Until completion. 31, until completion. 12, until completion. 46, until completion. 65. Don't you dare. At the peak of pain. I couldn't see anything. You're just an item. Something like this is nothing compared to the pain I shared with my mother. Until completion. 99.99, man who overcomes adversity has activated. I haven't let go. I'm still holding on. Mysterious Sphere. Has been completed. Doom Enterguasto's lost weapon. Doom Enterguasto's lost weapon. Has upgraded to Life Vessel. When the owner of Life Vessel dies, they can resurrect through the Life Vessel. Amazing. Int Special Privilege, Immortality, has progressed. Immortality. I've obtained immortality. Me. Kiki. Amazing. Haha, so even this is possible. Haha, you damn demon kings. Warning, your authority resistance is pitifully low. Explorer. Has activated. The Maruka tribe's Sealing 7 ritual has. No, damn it. The only way left is to seal him. We will offer the treasures of the Maruka tribe. And our Souts D de Great Doom Chaos show thy mercy. 10. Step. Step what? Step is this. XXX. Kwon Sung-gil. What are you doing? I was just having some fun. Don't shout so loud over something so small. He's gone crazy. You said you'd return to your family. Wake up. Are you talking about Jikyo? He's already dead. After being pragged into this Pamned place. Kustumble, it seems he didn't even survive Act 1, Scene 1. Shulp bin me ache me instead kill me W. Breaking news. President Lee Tae-han of the Awakener Association has called for a press conference, live GNES pissing breaking N, and he has made a declaration to all of humanity. The Awakener Association denies the claims of the existing system of nations, and under the new order of the Awakener Association. Lee Tae-han. Do you want to start a war? Great Odin. Those thoughtless creatures of humanity are no different than pigs. For those who try to climb without knowing their place, it is only right that they be slaughtered. The Awakener Association was created to stop people like him. But can human nature not be saved? Don't worry. A war won't happen. I'll control the minds of all humanity. Lee Tae-han's plan is just a part of it. Woo Yeon-hee. What are you saying? Don't even think about doing anything to me. Did you think I'd do all this without making any preparations? You. No. I've entangled them in a web intricate enough never to be unraveled, so if I die, they'll pie too. After overcoming the testing site, Woo Yeon-hee became second evil. Jonathan and Joshua continued to fight each other for supremacy. They became the new 8 evils and 8 virtues. Even if I kill them all, others will rise to take their place. I'm tired. Everything is meaningless. The prepared course has been completed. Do you require anything more? It's fine. Let's end here. Na Sanhu current weight 320 kilograms. For today. I think he ate at least 30 people's worth. Eating these high-class dishes all day long. Just how much money does he have? There's a rumor that he's an S-rank awakener. Nah. There's no way. If that gluttonous fatty is an S-rank. Ack. I didn't say. Rumble mblee rumble rumble mblee mbl rumble mblee. I finally caught you. I knew you'd come here to check on me at least once. Sanka kak. Sack crack crack. Now you show your true self, Ray. So it was you again. Crace. Caught, damn it, where am I? Yeah, it's been a while. Cheapa. I don't know how long I was stuck in there. The seal has been undone. You are in edge of the isolated deep sea. The return stone isn't responding, and seawater flows in when I destroy the walls. It's just me and that thing, trapped in a structure with no exit. Guard Orca protecting a secret of the Maruka tribe. Now that I look at it, its job has changed. Guard, what nonsense. Eskara. Kara. WWOM. Gorda. Tor, UNC. Shut up. Do you think I'm eating this because I want to? Considering all the information that popped up, it seems the power of the system does reach here. There's definitely a way out of this place. Alright, let's begin. Mblee rumble 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 mblee, find a way out of here. Even if you have to search through the memories of your entire tribe. Just know that after filling my stomach, I have enough strength to beat you to a pulp. It finally surrendered after dying over 100 times. 0. Although it was a simple idea, I finally had a plausible method. It was to create an E-rank dungeon with low-ranking Maruka tribesmen through division. If the system opens an entrance to this dungeon, 1. Orca and I would be considered the dungeon's hidden bosses. There were unbelievable double dungeons like this every once in a while. Pom pom s. A long time passed while we waited for our guests to arrive. Around the time I began to consider just breaking through the wall and getting out that way. It's here. It's here. Flip, so it worked. Save me. A Maruka noble in an E-rank dungeon. Eskara. Cheetah, damn it. We're all dead. Don't you know the entrance will close if they all die? Just tie them up for now. Eskara. Gore. Raise to. Tor, although it acts like it can't understand me, it definitely can. Maybe it learned while maintaining the illusory world. That. This way. Enlightenment skill. You have perfectly seen through your target. Name. Sean Brown level. 225. Gold. Guild. None Corp, none attack unit. Sean. Why, you are a human, right? I'm the one asking questions here. Explain the current situation. From what he said, the testing site had entered Act 2, Scene 5. Usually, each act had 3 scenes, but the structure had changed. Since I had been sealed during Act 2, Scene 2, a considerable amount of time had passed. But there was one thing that bothered me more than that. When the leaders of the guilds changed, a lot of people fled. They became obsessed with quests and are just throwing people into dungeons. We've also been running away from that woman and ended up here. That woman, she's someone like you who controls monsters like pets. She's pretty famous. Have you not heard of her? Her name is Mary. 2. Where is she? Mary. Where is Mary? Thumb min wa twee thim 1. They're coming. Thumb thump thumb damn it, stop them. N 4009 1008 boom. Book it's Mary. Dodge. That monster is on our side. I really can't get used to it. Cook W002. About the Sealed Disruptor. The Maruka Trib Explorer Reward. About the Sealed Disruptor of the Maruka Tribe. Explorer Reward. This problem is probably why Act 2 isn't ending. Where are you, W Sunhu? She's pretty famous. Have you not heard of her? Her name is Mary. 21. Where is she? Mary. Where is Mary? Grr. 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 They're just ghouls and undead, not the 7 Demon King's soldiers. It's as if this place is becoming the land of the dead. This is the price for touching an object of doom. Enter Guasto. Damn it. But finding Wu Yonhee is the top priority. Guild Master, we're pushing back the front line against the ghouls. Mary is supporting the northern front. She's handling over 90 quests right now. Guild Final Rampart. Guild Master Sung Juhuan. Juhuan. Mamame Shake. Look here, Mr. Sung Juhuan. I and this child here have cleared over 200 quests, but the entire guild only managed 80. Do you think this is right? This will be your last chance. If you keep this up, I'll help you work harder. Damn it, rather than get ground up after being made into that girl's puppet, I should act first. No, just thinking these things is dangerous. I'm going crazy. Really, these mind-type ability users. Devils. They're devils. L. Uwak. WH, what? Cumble Crumbika Rumble Rumble Cumble Rule 44. I'm here for Mary. Where is Shet? But I can feel it. Rumble MBL Rumby, a new level of power, Rumble Bumble Rumbia beyond anything we've seen. The information I received from Sung Juhuan on my way to see Wu Yonhee lined up with what Sean had told me. A life-draining area appeared in Act 2, Scene 4, and a war between the living and the dead erupted in Scene 5. The reason multiple quests that drained life were created was because the system sought to create new sacrifices. To obtain enough power to keep me sealed, they were unnecessary losses. And Wu Yonhee, who tried her best to free me, is being treated like second evil. Mary. Skill message. Yonhee. Wu Yonhee, you can stop now. I'm back. Sunhu. Jump. Cancel transformation. Cap. Pong. Yonhee. Isn't this child adorable? Stop, I got it in the last scene. It recognizes me as its master. It took a while, though. I was worried, but I'm relieved now. You overcame it. Huh. What's with this reaction? It's thanks to you. A door opened here from the area where I was sealed. I can feel her pushing me away. Why? When you returned from the territory of the Backland Corps. Why didn't you use the return stone? Don't you know how long I waited for you? Do you still not get it? Sanhu. You shouldn't get involved with me. Message. Here, I'm called the Witch Mary. A public enemy. It's not right for the leader of humanity to be tangled up with the witch.